What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dragon's Lair. Chris and Sam here. Good to see everybody tonight. Hope everyone is doing well. We have Ramses in here doing awesome stuff like Ramses does. We've got Wanna Know Why Knives, Kelly's Mishmash, Marco, and James Hoyt. So we are still a little early. I know Faction is live. I know Stasa is live, so I'm imagining that we'll get some folks coming in afterwards. Clock and Carry, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming in, Sergeant Maximus. Mr. Mouse, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Silver Trail Outdoors, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to try something different. Not much wasting money on whatnot. Yeah, man, you can do that pronto, right? I definitely understand that.
I bought knives I didn't want at a price that cost more than what if I just went and bought them brand new, all because of the excitement of bidding. And I'm like, that's $100 on the Blade Binge, but 300 on whatnot, but it will be mine.
Michael Ridgway, hello from Oregon. Well, hello, Michael Ridgway. Hello in Oregon. Lion,
Not
not a
makers up
sheep.
there.
What's going on, man? How's it going? Appreciate you coming in. Deadhead, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Anybody else sneak in here? Steel City EDC, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Projectiles are sharp. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. So let's see here. We've got 20 or so in here. So right on. So let's see here. We're a little over 2 days, right? 2 days and 3 hours was what Chris just told me till the pre-order for the Grakkis closes. So it's the final push. So if anybody in here has not grabbed one and wants one at the discount, make sure that you get in there in the next 48 hours or so and pick one up. If you don't, they do go to a full retail price once the production orders are delivered. So we're going to go into that a little bit tonight as to what our next steps are. I think one of the things that Chris and I have tried to do is kind of include you in the journey, right? We wanted you all to kind of see what is our world like doing an OEM from beginning to end. We've talked about the design. We've talked about the ordering process. We've talked about prototyping. We've talked about the communications through email with China. We've talked about a lot of things. And I think the next logical step is, okay, we've opened our pre-orders. People have ordered knives. Now what's next, right? And so basically what we're doing now is we have to figure out how many do we want to order. Excuse me. So based on the numbers, we have to figure out how many of each finish is going to be ordered and how many of each addition. So obviously we have the Timascus kits for people that wanted to fancy up the knife, and we have lefty capability, so we can order left-handed knives for those who are left-handed and want to have that. So we're trying to figure out all those numbers now. Daddy Wyvern's in the house. What's up, Dad? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. David Jadis, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Monster Hunter, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us tonight. So that is our next step, right? Is figuring out what does this look like, and so Chris and I have been crunching some numbers, and we've trying to pace it, and obviously we have to figure out and let the last 48 hours play out, because you never know what happens in the last 48 hours. You know, the first 48 hours is always that mad rush, right? It's always the people trying to get on that list to make sure that they don't miss out. Now, the last 48 hours, we're kind of going to experience something similar, probably not as large, but we'll probably experience the same type of thing where it's going to be an influx of orders, where people are going to try and cram those last in before they have that fear of missing out, right? So we don't want to exclude those people, and we want to make sure that we have enough of everything. Casey's in here, Knives Fast. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for presidents. I don't know about that one, man. Politics ain't my thing, buddy. But but I tell you what is my thing. Mach 71's my thing. I really love this knife, Casey. You did a fantastic job on this thing, and we're gonna go over these on the live as well. So looking forward to seeing how you do on Friday when they drop.
I still can't take the Thunderhead out of my hand.
Yeah,
and the Mach 71's amazing, but I love the Thunderhead too.
He literally woke me up in Atlanta with the Thunderhead. Like, I woke up to tings all morning long. It was fantastic. It's the best way to wake up, in my opinion. Southern Cali EDC. What's up, Maddie? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for coming in, hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate you, dude.
Two of my favorite
Mo
animals.
Patty EDC's in here. What's up, Trish? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Anybody else coming in here? Let's see. No. All right. So as I was saying, so Chris and I are now at the point where we're trying to pace everything, figure out what is the next steps along this journey, right? So it becomes, how many of each type are we ordering and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll send all that information in. We'll make sure that they have everything right. They're going to send us a form that's basically going to show everything that we're ordering. And then they're going to tell us how much money we have to send them. And that's when Chris and I cry a little bit, and then we send them money. Because it's tens of thousands of dollars that we have to send to get them started. So it's a no joke thing at that point. The big money starts to come into play, and things get super real, right? But this is also where things get really exciting, because you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? This is where we're placing that order, and following steps are going to be, sure, they'll give us some updates along the way, but next it's going to be that they arrive, we QC, and you all get your knives, which is awesome, which is what we're really looking forward to, is getting them in everybody's hands. That's why we do this. So those are the next steps. As they send us information and they say, okay, we've started, hey, we've completed your blades, hey, we're at handles, whatever it might be, I'm going to send out newsletters. I'm going to send out updates to everybody and just let everybody know where we are in the process and things like that. Keep everybody informed so you all know where we're at with everything, because I want to make sure that everybody is part of the journey along the way, and that they're all informed as to where they are with, as far as setting expectations go. I think that's an important part of this, is making sure that you all know where we are in the pre-orders, or I should say in the production process after pre-orders. So, Chris, you have anything to add on that?
I'd just say that if they're arrived at Sam's house by 10 a.m. on a Monday, we should have them out the door by 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon. So we'll work hard for you.
Well, we certainly will. We've already arranged people to help us with the QC process. Watching somebody like Casey, who put out a video recently and showed everybody, what his QC process looks like, what a QC party looks like. So quality control, sure, the OEM manufacturers do a pretty good job at QCing their products, right? I think Casey said something like he had one that had a scratch or something like that he took out of the fold. But other than that, I would say they're doing much better, right? They're getting a lot better each and every time. They're perfecting their process and getting a little bit better each and every time. So I'm expecting them to show up in really good shape. I'm expecting that it's going to be a pretty easy QC process, especially with a handful of us doing it, and we'll get them out as quickly as possible. I'm figuring it'll just take a couple days probably to knock out the knives and get them going, and we'll get them out to you. So it's going to be cool. Fred the Lug, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Fred?
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, Trish, you're 100% right. That is what we call craziness. It is going to be the time where all the chaos happens and boxes everywhere, and Chris and I sitting there with a stack of cards in front of us, signing certificates of authenticity and making sure that every box has one of a kind stickers in them, because that's another thing that we've got to do is we're ordering special stickers for the Grakkis release. So each one of the Grakkis will get a sticker in there that it's going to be exclusive to the Grakkis. It's not going to be just a regular Wyvern Kodiak sticker. It'll be more than that. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Let me ask a question. I don't want to derail this, and I think stickers are the way to go for sure for this. What do I get an idea from people in the group? I know lots of people have stickers. Every once in a while, I end up with a magnet that comes through, and I always find that pretty cool. Just out of curiosity, stickers or magnets? What's everybody's thought process? But go ahead and continue.
Yeah, no problem. Brown Sugar, good to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Moose Duty, good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Wheezy3, John, good to see you, my friend. Hope everybody is doing well in the house. On the Edge EDC, good to see you. Heart cath went fine and didn't angioplasty things look better and have a few things to get through. I need to raise some money for medical bills, so buy decals. Thank you all.
There you go. That's a good answer. That's what we need to hear. Decals, not magnets.
Yeah, there you go. So On the Edge does some really nice stickers and decals and stuff like that. So if anybody's looking for any of that kind of stuff, reach out to On the Edge. On the Edge, I'm actually going to reach out to you about the Grakkis stickers, and I'll show you what we're looking to do. And if you can do them for us, then the job's yours, my friend. So, I'd rather keep it in the community. I think that would be awesome, and I know who it's going to, which is great. And Chris and I would love to support that. So, please, we'll reach out to you and let's see if we can do something there.
Yeah, and Mike, post your link to your knife sales on Blade Binge if you still have some up there.
Yeah, that's a good idea as well. If you do have anything on there, that would be a helpful thing for sure. Sorry, I'm adding somebody in here. There we go. Let's see, who else do we have in here? We have Robert Jones. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for coming in and hanging out, man.
I love watching his post every day. Just 3 knives, bam, bam, bam. Here's what I got. Every day I look at it and I go, I can't wait to see his Grakkis mixed in there.
He's got some cool stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Why am I missing something over here? No, I'm not. Never mind. Sorry. Let's see who else we got in here. Brian White, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Patches. He says patches. You're a patch guy. Okay.
I like, you know what? Now that I've got a whole bunch of bags, the idea of a couple cool patches, I like the idea too. I finally bought my first one that just showed a horse and wagon and said, "Be nice, I'm from the 1900s." And so, yeah, I threw that on one.
Yeah, that'd be
What's up,
cool.
Rob?
That'd be cool. Patches are cool. Rob's Nerdy Knives. I'm getting your prototype tomorrow, supposedly. Yeah, I hope you get it tomorrow, man. Um, I'm keeping an eye on it. Unfortunately, it didn't get out when we wanted it to, and not by the method that we were anticipating. So you're getting it way later than I wanted you to, but nevertheless, you're getting one, buddy. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a little fun with it. Cut with it, man. It's we're telling everybody carry it, use it, right? Like experience the knife. That's the point of it. I think a lot of times people get knives in for review, and yeah, they'll put it in your pocket, and sure they'll cut a piece of paper. Um, I don't know if you saw Southern Cali EDC's review on it, but I mean, he cut rubber tubing and leather and rope and all kinds of stuff with it, right? He cut cardboard with it. I mean, he put the thing to work, and we built the knife to work. So by all means, put it to work, man. Don't shy away from that. Um,
Yeah. And then Fred, I don't have the time frame, but
Mike
Fred also,
Jernak.
yep. Fred said,
I'm
okay.
looking for Fred's stuff. I'm looking. How the hell did I get so far behind in the chat, man?
Yeah. I, I can quote him pretty easy on this one.
All right, go
Um,
for it.
he'd said that all of his stickers end up in a bag, that he would just prefer to not have any stickers and us lower the price. He didn't say us. He just said, the knives be less expensive. But when we did I recall when we sat down and started going through everything, that wasn't even factored into the pricing that we did. And I don't know how other people think about it, but a couple of these extra things weren't even factored in. Those are just going to be removed out of
Yeah,
any overhead that we had. So
and you see a lot of these companies that put out these sticker things. I saw one today. I think it said 500 stickers for $89. Okay, now I don't know the quality, the size, or anything like that. I didn't click on it. But just to put in perspective the kind of cost that's added into the mix, right? I mean, few hundred stickers is no more than a couple of $100. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to lower the price on the knife by 50 cents or something. It's not really factored into that. So, but I do understand what you're saying. If it was an expense, like a big enough expense, I think that would make a lot more sense for sure. But in that case, I don't think there's really an expense to be added. We're not even paying attention to it.
I've got scars from my
And
childhood where I've got scars from my childhood where I don't even use stickers anymore. My mom threw away my scratch and sniff collection, and I've not collected stickers since.
that's
Broken
pretty
hearted.
funny. Yeah. Most of my stickers are just stickers that wind up being repurposed into giveaway packs and everything else. I don't collect the
Yeah.
stickers myself, but I do get it for sure.
I've got a
Um,
handful of cool ones or unique ones. When somebody sends me one and it's like unique to their channel or something, I keep those, and I've got like a drawer full of those, but I don't actually stick them anywhere.
Matt, no, you didn't. You actually the one that is being sent to Rob is actually a different model than the one you had, right? You had the DLC one. I think Rob is
Yep.
getting the one that Ray had from that was the Blur Pinkle version. So you are not cause of the delay. So no issues whatsoever. It's not a big deal. It was just a matter of miscommunication amongst a couple of content creators, and it's not that big of a deal.
And
So
I couldn't be happier with how fast you turned things. So thank you very much. That was
yeah,
very
man.
kind of you.
Yeah, really, you got it. You worked it, and then you sent it on its way. And your speed actually allowed for Sever 7 to get that knife in time to create some content on it as well this week. So that's been really appreciated. Can't wait to get my Grakkis ready to add it to my EDC. Heck yeah, Rebel. I am ready for you to add it to your EDC as well, man. And it was awesome hanging out with you a little bit in Atlanta. I know we talked a little bit in Texas, but got a little bit more time in Atlanta together, and very, very cool. Appreciate you reaching out and ordering one of those as well. So certainly grateful for that.
And Rebel, you got to play with it a little bit in Atlanta too, right? What I know you bought one, so clearly you like it. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Robert Willoughby, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. Mind Milton, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Appreciate you for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to get through here. And just so everybody knows, Indiana is getting slammed by storms right now. So I saw lightning flashing through here a second ago. I can hear the thunder rolling.
Yeah,
We are getting torrential downpours right now. It is a bad night to be live. So I'm hoping the internet connections stay live. But if they don't, I do apologize in advance. I can't control Mother Nature for sure.
It might look like I'm logging off, but my power just went out.
What?
I said it might look like I'm logging off, but my power just went out. I started grabbing my mouse to click myself out.
Joe Kasparic, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. JW Outdoors, good to see you, friend. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Rolf Robertson, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. We appreciate you. Let's see here. A lot of those stickers have been cut up and a lot put in dealing with those cheapy ones. Yeah, I can understand that.
And Fred also said he's got channel stickers too, but only because people expect them.
Yeah, I have a few of his stickers in the stash. I actually include them when we're doing giveaways and stuff like that. So it's just, people collect them. Some people put them all over the place. I think Ed Harris said that he has them like all over the roof or whatever in his car.
Yeah.
I saw Clayton has them all over one of his presses in his machines in his shop. So, I mean, it's cool. Like some people like them and keep them around. So that's cool with it. J1 Doobie, good to see you, man.
Hello, sir.
Metal Relic, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you coming in. Chris B. Blacksmith, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for coming in and hanging out, man. Appreciate you as well. Just ordered about 2,000 stickers before I thought of reaching out to On the Edge for some carry counts. I'm going to be ordering some of those for him. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we appreciate that. I'm sure he appreciates some business as well. Anything will help him for sure. So we'll keep plugging On the Edge EDC for some stickers and decals and stuff like that. And if we can use them, we certainly will. The Grakkis, 48 hours away. 48 hours away, folks. And we are so stoked. 30 days, 28 days ago, we opened pre-orders with you all. And we were completely humbled by the fact that the opening night, the amount of orders that we got in, truly grateful from everybody who had chose to pre-order one. Truly can't thank you all enough for that. We're really super excited to get these going. Hopefully they are quick. I cannot tell you. I can't tell.
If you need help finding it,
Where's my package? Have you gotten so old that you can't even?
You can't find it?
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Dale, thank you for the $2 super chat, buddy. You're the best, man. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for coming in, for supporting the channel. And we're going to get them out as soon as we can, for sure. What's up, my two favorite dorks in the world? What's up, nerd?
What's up, nerd?
We miss you greatly, Clayton. We got a little taste of Clayton in Atlanta, and I can't quit him now. I just want to go hang out with him over and over and over again.
And I can't put it away.
Chris, I got to blow that up. Let's show it off, man.
I can't put it away. The lighting does not do it justice, man. There's so many layers of, on this thing. He did a phenomenal job.
And you put a mirror edge on that thing.
What's that?
You put a mirror edge on that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, that came out really nice, man. That's the first time I've seen it with that edge on it. That looks really good.
Thank you. Yeah, and he made an amazing knife, man. I love it, and I can't even put it away. I don't carry fixed blades, but I can't put it away. It sits on my desk, and I pull it out and
admire it.
Yeah, admire it. That's it. I mean, just the amount of work you put into it. It's such a cool blade.
I mean, I handled it in Atlanta, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I'm happy you got one, man. It's Clayton does gorgeous work, and even the sheath, right? Kathy did a phenomenal job on the sheath as well. So I mean, it's top notch from end to end on that.
I've got a second one on the way.
Oh, even better. My
name is Chris, and I have a problem.
We all have problems, man. I get it. I certainly do. I was like, I came back from Atlanta, and I thought I'm safe for a while, and nope, I'm not. I've ordered 3 knives since we come back. It's terrible.
Yeah, but they were good deals.
I keep telling myself that as I go and purchase another one, right? Yeah. Man, dude, we're just honest, right? I mean, Clayton, you can you're welcome, but truthfully, man, we're just honest. I mean,
I wouldn't stake I wouldn't stake my reputation on helping to get you a couple extra knives potentially. Yeah, if it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah, for sure. So, I would be remiss if I didn't say, folks, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure that you hit that like button for us tonight. We certainly do appreciate the support, and it really does help the channel. So make sure that you are smashing that like button for us. Set a reminder as well so that you're aware when we're dropping videos, when we're going live, all that kind of stuff. I've had a few requests recently asking us to do another one of those design sessions, Chris. I had a couple people ask me to go back on and do a design session again. So I think we'll find a day. I don't know if it'll be this weekend or next weekend, but we'll find a day and we'll go on for an hour or two, and we'll do a little drawing session with everybody and hang out and have a little bit of laughs. So I think it'd be fun.
Double detent with a spade bit or with a spade blade. Nice.
Yeah, we'll figure out something to draw. We'll come up with something. We'll have some fun. I think everybody had fun last time. I think you in the chat rousing me like crazy was probably the entertainment for everybody more than me drawing. That's for sure. But I think it'll be fun. I enjoyed it last time, and getting some feedback and showing everybody what my process looks like as I go through here. Let's hear a roar for Burning Stables and On the Edge. 2 days left. Pre-order your Grakkis. Now you don't miss out. Website is, and I don't need to read that website, we're wyvernkodiak.com. So you get the Dragon Roar. Ramses, thank you so much for a $5 super chat, man. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate all the work that you do every time, every week in here. You're awesome, man. So you get and you get a round of applause for all the hard work as well, man. So
absolutely. And if you guys are following Ramsey's instruction, there's a QR code at the right above Sam's head, and nope, other side. Nope, other side. Yep, there you go. You're probably mirrored.
Hold Well, that's crazy. That is pretty funny, though. I am
Yeah.
weird, I guess. It's because it's over here on my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to that QR code that brings you to wyvernkodiak.com and make sure that you get in there and pre-order your Grakkis.
What's
48
up?
hours left. 48 hours. I'm so excited, Chris. I
Yeah.
can't even begin to tell you I'm so excited.
Yeah. I am too. And hey, we need to scroll back. There are a couple chats we need to get caught up on.
Okay. Where?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Right before Ramsey's, Rob's Nerdy Knives, 9:30.
Absolutely
Oh,
love
there you
my
go.
knife. Clayton did. I've had about 20 people want to steal it from me. Well, don't let anybody steal that from you. That is good stuff right there, man.
Instead, send them to Clayton's website. Let
Yeah,
them steal that from you.
exactly.
Rob at 9:30.
Own 3, working on number 4. There you go.
Nice.
I think they understand, for sure. Also got the White Mountain Knives exclusive warning. Got that myself today, Fred. I saw that the other day, and as soon as I missed out on the T1, and so I really got disappointed that I missed out on the T1, and I didn't want to miss out on the warning, so I grabbed that one for sure. And it's a dang good deal. I mean, titanium and LMAX, and then it's like $134 after a discount code. I mean, that's a steal, man. That's an absolute steal.
And
So
I don't know if we said hello to Crispy Blacksmith or
I did,
Wheezy. Okay.
I did, and I did.
Okay. I was
I've
missing
said
those.
hello
Sorry.
to both of those. For sure. Weldon Carey, what's up, Hunter? I don't know if you all saw, but couple big things that are really cool. Is one, Hunter got his channel back from the time that he was on our channel last week. They were able to make him whole on getting all 10,500 subscribers back on his channel. So that is fantastic. Super happy that he did not lose anything there, other than a few days, obviously, and probably gave the 20-year-old some gray hairs. But other than that, he was able to get his channel back. So that's awesome. Super happy about that. And then I don't know if you saw it, but uh, Hunter has one of the Grakkis in for review, and he has dropped a few videos today, a couple shorts and a long form video. So head over to Weldon Carey's channel and check out what he has to say about the Grakkis, because he's been putting it to work as well, which is pretty cool to see. Kathy's in here. Sister Stables, good to see you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out.
Hey,
Appreciate you.
Kathy.
Let's
On
see
the
here.
on the edge at 9:29.
On the edge, 929. I'm trying. Here's a new logo that Bluminati Ninja designed for me, and I like it. He's
Pretty decent designer.
pretty decent. I'm glad you. Are you speaking Chris or something?
Yeah. I
So
deciphered
hit
it
him
like it
up.
was my own.
Right on. It's hilarious. So Chris likes to voice to text me all the time, and so whatever comes through is gibberish half the time, but I understand what he's saying because I speak Chris now. It's absolutely hysterical.
It took a while.
Yeah, it does take a little bit of time to get there, but
Can you hit
we're getting there little by little.
Can you hit Rebel Rouser also right after on the edge?
Oh,
It was the very next one after the one you just highlighted. Yep.
got one of the Usler ducks from the drop this week, and I got a Shirogorov Stellar headed my way as well. Dang, you got some real high-end stuff coming your way, man. That's real nice.
That Stellar's very, very high on my list. So I've been chipping away, and that one's really high up on my list.
Yeah, I'd like to get a Usler as well. Although, what is the other? There's another Usler that's there. I don't know if he makes it anymore or not, but I can't remember the name of it. It's not the duck. It's not the duckling. It's another one, and it's a different blade shape altogether. I like that one the most. I think that one's
Q
cool.
Q Fred or Robin 30 seconds from now, the name will pop up in there.
Yeah,
So
I was going to say one of them will remember it for sure. The Dominator, the something like that. I can't remember. But it is a really cool knife, and I like it and I want it, but I haven't been able to get my hands on one. I always miss his drops, and to be quite honest with you, on a whim, I can't drop $1,000 on a knife. I've got to kind of prepare for that. I've got to prepare my wife for that. Otherwise, she'll use it on me.
yeah, Rob wants to know if you're talking about the Warrenclyffe.
Yeah, the Warrenclyffe version of it. Yeah, that's the one, Rob. The neutralizer. There you go. Trish got it. There you go. Thank you, Trish. That's the one that I'm talking about. Yeah, that one's really cool looking. I like that one a lot. But it is, yeah, we're not ready to spend $1,000 after the Atlanta trip. That's all I can tell you. I gotta let the bank account build up a little bit. I gotta let the wallet stop smoking, because right now it's I still got to cool that thing off.
We got a big check to write to Best Tech. So
Yeah, we've got several big checks to write to write. Care to share the numbers on the pre-order? Curious how many lucky people got in. I'm not going to give you exact numbers because, to be quite honest with you, I didn't tally them. But there is well over 100 of them that were pre-ordered. I will tell you that full DLC was the one that really began to run away.
Yeah.
Last I saw, it was like 20 more than the Blurpinkle version, and then the Stonewash, full Stonewash, and the Stonewash with the belt satin literally are still running neck and neck, like one apart from each other. It's like, it'll one will get ordered here, then the other one will get ordered here. One will get ordered here, then the other one will get ordered here.
Sam, putting you on the spot here. I don't expect you to know for sure, but did anybody order like a Timascus kit with one of the Stonewashes?
I don't know.
I knew a ton of Damascus, or the DLC had it.
Yeah,
so
tons of DLC and tons of Blurpinkles. As a matter of fact, I was really shocked. You bring up a good thing to talk on. So I was pretty stumped by it. But do you know how many people ordered Timascus kits? Like, I did not think they were going to be as popular. I was really thinking, I'm probably going to need like 20 or 30 Timascus kits. And I mean, it was like something like 27% of all orders included a Timascus kit or something like that. I was pretty shocked by that. So,
well, I mean, I think that's the piece, is that, I mean, in full transparency, we don't have a markup on it. So it's not like, our kit is $150 less than what most of them are. So it's a bit of a steal to get it. Yeah, Sam's Zuconic is sweet.
Here, I didn't bring that to the table. Hang on a second here. I'll show you the new Koenig again. Here, James. Well, let me blow up the screen so that you can see it. So, yeah, this thing is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love this thing. So I think the final numbers on these are a dozen came to Atlanta. I got the last one on the table because I did not get the token, so I was lucky enough to get the last one. And I think he said he's only making 30 total on these. So there we go. It's the Osseous in full DLC. M398 is the steel on it. Super cool knife. I am stoked that I got that one. That one is one of those ones that yeah, that one's a special one.
Yeah, I've got two for you to pull up. Steel City at 940.
Steel City 940. Looking.
First, while he's pulling that, so many of you are talking about what you've ordered. And again, thank you so much. It's so amazing. Were you running through?
Yeah, I mean, everybody just bumped these like back to back, right? I want this, I
Yeah.
ordered that. And I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's thank you all. I mean, truthfully, just thank you all for the support, for being interested in what we're doing, for being excited about the project like we are, right? I think I never imagined that this crazy idea was going to come to life the way it did and then get the response that it did. And a lot of people were like, hey, you know, pre-orders, they don't do well anymore. And, you know, look, I spoke to people in like Marshall Design Works that just dropped the Graviton. And you know what? I think we surpassed his pre-order. So I think we're doing great in pre-order. I think we're going to be we're in really good shape right now, and I'm super grateful for everybody who decided to be a part of it and take the journey with us. And I truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, hope that you all love the knife when you get it, because it is a labor of love. There is no question about that. But at the same time, there is something unique about having something come from here and pour out on paper and turn into something that is usable and other people enjoy it, right? It's just wild.
Well, so Steel City had said that he wanted a stone wash with Timascus, and so one of the things that we were looking at and what we discussed and we've announced to you guys, a big reason that the pre-orders were done is so for us to be able to figure out what's in demand and then to be able to order based upon that demand, because we didn't really have any data points to say how many DLC we need, how many Blur Pink, or how many Stonewash. We had no idea what the numbers would be and what people would want. And so this is, was used for us to be able to scale properly, but we also had a ceiling on how many we wanted to be able to actually put out. So we had a floor ceiling and a floor and a ceiling to be able to say we got to do this many. This is the most that will allow to order, and here's our sweet spot. And so one of the things that we're looking at is, can you order that stuff after the fact? Yes. That said, you're guaranteed to get what you want on pre-order because we're packaging those up for you, and the rest of it we're just taking an educated guess based upon the data that we've seen. And so yeah, we'll have stuff like that available. And then Rob said that he wants one. He keeps forgetting, and so now the question becomes too, Sam, is there a penalty for, or you've already ordered a knife, you want to get your Timascus kit later, is there an upcharge to that as well?
There's not. So there's two ways you can do it. Either A, you can just go in there and order it. Okay. Timascus kits we're actually not charging shipping on, because they're going to go out with the knives and they weigh like nothing. So they're not going to add any weight to the package or anything like that. So you can either just do that, order it when I get everything together and I see, okay, this person ordered this and oh, there's a Timascus kit here. We'll package them together. They'll go out. Won't be a big deal. The other thing you can do is you can send me an email, wyvernkodiak@gmail.com, and say, hey, can you add a Timascus kit to my order? I will go in there. I can add it manually, And then what it'll do is it'll send you an email with a link to basically pay for that. And once it does, you're all set. It'll all be part of one order. So we can do it 2 different ways. It's not a big deal. So whatever you're comfortable with, I'm pretty easy, and just reach out.
Clock and carry at 942.
Clock and carry 942. Can't remember if I said this or not, but us lefties appreciate you guys for not leaving us out. Man, first off, you're welcome. I've gotten an awful lot of people that asked for lefties, way more than I anticipated. But here's the thing. Not every company will do left-handed or left-handed knives, okay? Or I shouldn't say that. Every company will do a left-handed knife. But companies like Kubi, their expectation is that you order a full load on that. So therefore, what they're going to say is, oh, you want that? You have to order 300 left-handed knives. Who the hell has the market for 300 left-handed knives? We don't. So when you go to somebody like Riot, or you go to somebody like Best Tech, like we are, they are far more reasonable. They're willing to do it like, hey, just order a dozen, right? Just order a handful or whatever it might be, and we can work with that, and it's fine. So we're able to get that done because they're willing to work with it. So as long as the company plays ball, we are willing to put out the left-handed models, right? We anticipate that we're going to continue using some of the top-notch OEMs. So our next OEM is already being ordered through Riot. So we know those they play in that lefty realm as well. So the next one, it's going to be the same thing. When time comes for us to be talking about placing orders and all that kind of stuff, we'll be grabbing left-handed models for everybody as well. As long as they allow us to do it, we're going to continue to do that. We want to show the Southpaws some love as well. We understand that not every knife company does that. And now you know the reason why, because there isn't a market for it when it comes to how you order. It's a challenge. There is no joke about that. So
can you pull up Rob at 943?
943. Stonewashed, but I need a Timascus clip. Yeah, we've got those.
Well, yeah, and then he's got another one just after that one.
Will the Timascus kit look as good as the images you posted? That's some nice Timascus. Well, so I noted in there, Rob, that every sheet of Timascus is different, right? You can't control what Timascus is going to look like. What we've asked for or what we've ordered is called Raindrop Timascus. And that is going to be the type of Timascus you get. Now, there's going to be more purples, more golds, more blues, more, oranges in all different batches and stuff like that. Not every one of them is going to look the same. Not every one of them is going to be as bright as other ones. We don't really get to hand pick the sheets of Timascus. So to say yes, I'd love to say yes. I mean, that was gorgeous Timascus there, but I can't commit to that, which is why I put that warning inside of the descriptions. Just say, hey, Timascus is something that is, it ranges from sheet to sheet and manufacturer to manufacturer, and they're not always going to be the same. So I'd love to say yes, but there's no way to know that.
And then clock and carry at 945.
This is my first premium knife that I spent more than 200 on.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. You are. Chris showed me another person that had sent a message about that earlier and said that that was like their most expensive knife also. And I've had a handful of people call the Grakkis their grail. And it's very humbling. It truly is. It's an honor, and it's truly appreciated. So thank you for spending that kind of money. I know it's not easy for a lot of folks to swallow that kind of cash and spend it on a knife. but it is certainly appreciated, man. So thank you very, very much.
Check out. Oh, go one above that one real quick.
I wanted mine to have a green inlay.
Well, I'll tell you what, James. Here's what we'll do. And Sam and I were talking about this yesterday. There's a company called Way of Knife. I would highly recommend you send that to them. You won't get the inlay, but you can get green. About any shade of green you want. They're pretty good at it. There's also a Cerakote company on the west side of Indy. James lives just a couple miles from me. So there we can introduce you to a wonderful Cerakote guy that can get you whatever green you want.
Yeah, Burkle's Cerakote. I think he's in. Is it Brownsburg?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's on the west side of Indy. He does stellar Cerakote work, and up and coming knife maker as well. So really cool stuff. Check him out as well. Great guy, good friend of the channel for sure. Want to know why knives? Sorry to ask. Do you all plan to make a budget-friendly knife in the future? Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, I had a very long meeting in Atlanta with a company, and we are talking about producing some different ranges of knives through this company. I can't tell you who it is right now, but I will tell you that you all would be really, really thrilled with what's going to come out of this if it works out. And if it doesn't work out with them, we still plan to do a budget knife, right? We still plan to do some budget models. Not everything we're going to do is going to be high-end premium $300 knives. I think that is nothing wrong with getting a good G10 with 14C or something like that out there, and making budget bangers. I want to be able to offer our designs and our creations to a wide variety of people that want to use knives.
And we've even talked about other things because it seems like we're getting a lot of really positive feedback from not we are getting a lot of really positive feedback. It seems like it's very authentic on the blade shape of the Grakkis. And so we've talked about creating potentially a budget line there as well. One day, maybe some fixed blades on that as well.
Thank you, Trish. Appreciate that. That's awesome of you. Very, very, very awesome of you. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. And I'm still, like I said, I'm totally shocked by how many people ordered the Timascus kit. Like, I've heard a lot of companies where they're like, we ordered them and we're sitting all, we sold all the knives and now we have 15 Timascus kits and no knives to sell with them. So,
well, but again, they're selling them for an extra $200.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll give me 1 second. Wyvern Kodiak just sent you an email to add Timascus kit to my order. Thanks. Definitely will take care of that after the live Rebel Rouser. You'll get an email with a link. All you have to do is go in there and pay. You'll get the receipts and everything like that. We'll take care of it for you, buddy.
Awesome.
So interestingly enough, right? It depends on who they use for sourcing the Timascus, Chris.
Yeah.
Riot they're a great company and they use top-notch stuff.
Chad Nichols, right?
Yeah, they use Chad Nichols Timascus. And so
Yeah.
the sheets of Timascus are insanely expensive. Like,
how cool is it that China's importing American products to finish the knives?
A lot of their stuff, right? All the camo carbons, fat carbons, all the stuff like that are all there. A lot of the steels are being imported. Like, I know a lot of people are like, no, I only buy American. Well, but how much of it is American? And how much of it is, there's a lot of these companies that are the 14C is coming from what's that? The Swedish, right? So Sandvik is Swedish steel, right? So China is not using a whole lot of Chinese anything when they're producing a lot of this stuff. It's more of they're using Chinese labor and everybody else's materials.
Yeah. Gunmetal James popped in 948.
Well, Gunmetal James, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you, my friend. And you're welcome, Tristan. I know you have been since the beginning. You've been like, I want a lefty, and you know we've listened, man. Sure, I appreciate you.
Oh,
I was
Rob sent
curious
his
if it
too.
was going to be that raindrop. You just confirmed it. Worst case is I can reheat it myself after polishing. Yeah, for sure. You know, we want to offer the best that we can on that. We've asked them for their nice stuff. So I'm hoping, I really
Hey,
am. I'm hoping that they have some really nice sheets. But again, they vary from each and every one of them, right? So there's no way to control that.
Rob, one of the things, and he said that he sent an email for the time ask us too, but Rob, one of the things I've really always appreciated about your channel is you showing your mods. And I think that could be a really cool channel idea if you just had a playlist called Rob's Nerdy Mods. You show the things that you did.
There you go. Rob's Nerdy Mods. There you go. Rob, there's your next channel, bro. Good
E-
idea,
e-
Chris.
Even if it's just a playlist on the current channel, I would sit and let that scroll all day long while I was working.
Heck yeah. That's it. He does good job with his mods. I've actually
Agreed.
learned quite a bit from watching him because I wouldn't have known how to adjust the Protean if it wasn't
Mhm.
for Rob telling me how to do it. So
Dialed in
uh,
perfect. Yeah.
yeah, definitely appreciate that. I'm impressed with the Grakkis. I've only had it for a few hours. It's hard to put down. Very well done job. You guys should be proud. Hunter, thank you, man. I appreciate you, dude. Like seriously, I know you and your dad were checking it out earlier and you've been hanging out with it for the day. And I'm glad that you've put it in your pocket. You've carried it, you've used it, you've experienced it as it's supposed to be instead of just unboxing it, flicking it a few times in front of a camera and putting it back in its box, right? The best way to get to know a knife is to actually handle it, carry it, and use it. And you've done that. So I appreciate you doing that and taking those steps as well, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Mama Loot in the house. Good to see you, Mama Loot. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. We truly appreciate you. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
awesome to see you in here. And if you haven't talked to your son yet, your shirt should be in his P.O. box. So you may want to ask him for your shirt. Don't let him steal it on you.
Yeah, I know I'm behind in the chat, but Gunmetal James, I don't know if we answered this before you asked your question or after. First of all, thanks for ordering the extra DLC at the main drop. And yes, there should be time Askus available, but with whatever quantities we receive is all we can is all we'll have. So certainly want to get in early on it to ensure that you get one.
Yeah, for sure. Grakkis for the price is an excellent deal. Great ergos, great design, great blade steel. Thanks, Rebel. Um, it is so when Chris and I designed this knife, the idea behind this knife was how can you put a knife in your hand that's going to work hard for you for extended periods of time without putting fatigue in your hands, right? There's a lot of great designs out there that will work really hard. But after 20 minutes of cutting cardboard nonstop or ripping through rope nonstop, your hand begins to hurt, right? This offers you a bunch of different grip options, grip positions, and ways to handle things in a different manner, like choking up, draw cuts all the way at the front here, where you're getting the most traction, the most grip, and being able to do intricate cuts, draw cuts, and things like that. And at the same time, the edges on this are all knocked down. The clip is nice and smooth and simple. And it's just, look, I'm squeezing as hard as I can right now with my hand, and I'm not feeling a single point on this thing. Not a single pinch, not a single hot spot or anything. That's the way this was designed. It was truly designed to work. And I think we've a mission accomplished on that one, Chris. I think we've hit that one on the head. Every person that's put it in their hands and put it to work has all said the same thing. It's ultra comfortable.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the cutting through cardboard. That's such a great statement. Thank you, Ramses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, for sure. I think look, grails are cool, right? I have knives I don't use. I'm the first to admit that. Okay, and I know some people are like, "How dare you?" Right? You buy a knife and you don't use it, right? And I get it, but to me, it's one of those things where I don't want to use the thing. I just want to admire the thing. I want to play with it, and then I want to put it back in its box. It's a toy to me. But I do understand those people that want to use their knives. And truthfully, you know what? I told Chris this one right here, full DLC, right? It's meant to take abuse. I'm going to carry this. I did carry it already.
that's awesome. I'm stunned that you're carrying that one.
This is my most expensive knife in my collection, and I'm willing to carry it and I'm willing to use it.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, man, there are certain ones that I'm not, like the Hog House. I'm not going to use that knife, right?
yeah.
The one of the Blau Rocks. I'm not going to use that knife. But this one here, yeah, I'm going to use that.
I want to buy another Holt because I want to use it. And I don't want to use the one I've got because the blade's too pretty.
Kevin Smith and Knives, KSK. What's up, buddy? Good to see you,
Hello,
man. Thanks for
sir.
coming in and hanging out, dude. Appreciate you. Um, let's see. Just ordered. Let's get that done. Thanks, guys. Heck yeah, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate you,
James.
dude. Thank you. Truly do appreciate that, man. We are really excited, and it's gonna be very very cool. Mick Ranger in the house. What is up? Hey Sam,
Mick,
Chris, and crew. I expect to reheat it because I scratched the clips and then have to fix it. I call it Rob's Mods, a knife bot. Knife bot.
I'd scroll that all day too.
That's pretty funny. That's very funny. Um, so skipping ahead a little bit here. Oh, hold on a second. Just got done doing sharpening on my best tech Taipan at 17 degrees. She's sharp, dude. That is scalpel sharp, man.
Oh,
I
fan.
got I got the mini Taipan right here, and I mean it comes from the factory, stupid thin. So I could 17 degrees is silly.
What was the number I sent you the other day when I got the calipers out and I was measuring that 10,000s?
It was like 0.008 or some crazy number like that.
Something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it was like 8/10,000ths of an inch or some crazy
Yeah.
number like that. It was stupid thin. That yeah, that's nasty, vicious thin. That's awesome though. Vault ADC's in here. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out.
What's up, sir?
So, um, so cool. Yeah, the Grakkis is moving along. We will have obviously pre-orders and midnight Saturday morning, so Friday night, Saturday morning, whatever you want to call it. And chances are that when we place the order, it's going to be next week, only because if I try to place the order before that, nobody's going to be there to get it anyway. So I will say that it's going to be next week, but we're setting everything up and we're already have spoken to them about getting paperwork started and stuff like that. So we are we're going to get them as best we can on that. It's your collection. Do with it what you want. If you have safe queens, cool. If you carry, cool. They are your knives. Yeah, I agree, Rob. I hear people, and I've seen some of those videos where people are just like berating people for not using their knives and stuff like that. Like, dude, it's your knife, right? It's your money. It's just do it what you want. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, for some people, it is a utility tool, and for other people, it's an instrument that means more.
Yep.
Yeah.
What angle is the Grakkis sharpened at? So that's a good question. And the
It,
answer, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say more than likely it's going to be somewhere between 20 and 22. So, I did take our one of ours and I put a 17-degree blade on it, and it slices extremely well either way. Every one that you can see on the tests that people have, or that Best Tech's putting on it, and usually a lot of times you get into that 20-degree or slightly above range with a lot of knives. But did they agree to go any lower than that? I know we talked to them about putting a pretty nice angle on it.
Yeah, they're willing to do anything we want on it. All right, really, I don't think that there's an argument as to what angle to put it at or anything like that. I think it's a conversation we should have because we've changed the blades from the initial time we gave them instructions. So I think that's something that we need to revisit since this is the new blade. Totally different than the first one, and it's way thinner. And so I need to measure this one, right? So what I told them was send it to me razor sharp, and I think they did.
Oh yeah,
I have to say that the knife showed up absolutely stupid sharp,
yeah.
and
Well,
so
and it's holding well because we've not touched any of them up and sent them off and let people cut with them. So you really wanted to get a real world use out of it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Hunter said today, right? He had one that's been through the ringer a little bit, and then he still got it and cut with it. Matt, Southern Cali EDC, same thing, right? He that was in Jared Neves's pocket for a couple days. You know damn well what he did with that thing,
Yeah,
and he didn't put a blade, he didn't put an edge on it or strop it back or anything before he sent it off. So, I mean, these knives have been untouched and they're still absolutely stupid sharp. This one here, I mean, you've seen me cut with this plenty of times. I've been carrying this nonstop, and it's his hair popping sharp still. I mean, this
yeah.
thing is absolutely holding its edge fantastic. So I would say
Rebel says his is going to have an 18-degree edge as soon as he gets it.
right on. I'm totally good with that. Right? What angle Grakkis sharpened at? You're going to sharpen it at 18 degrees. Cool, man. If that's what your preferred edge angle is, sharpen it how you want, man. I think that's awesome.
I'm a 17 or 18-degree guy myself. That's my preferred on an EDC knife.
Miranda Keith's in here. Hey, MK Ultra. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate you.
Hey, Volt, did you get your computer working? I have not been over to check out the channel in a couple days, but last I saw you had to go down because of computer problems.
Angry Tom next door is in here. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Good to see you. Neil McKenzie, I will never use my autographed Clydesdale. Then don't. I don't blame you. That's cool. I mean, that's a piece that you're trying to collect, man. There's nothing wrong with that. And Lute's a hell of a designer. What's that, Ben?
Lute. That's right. It's Lute's. I couldn't think of who the designer was. My first thought was Ray, then my second one was Lute. And as soon as you said Lute, I knew that was the right answer.
Yeah, I actually bought one some months back, and it's kind of in okay shape. It's like it's been used, it's been beaten on a little bit, but my intent is I want to send it off to Way of Knife, and I want them to DLC it tip to tail on that thing and just make that an absolute abuser of a knife. I think it'd be a super cool knife to have that on. So I'm pretty stoked on that one. If stupid sharp is very sharp, then is smart sharp like lightsaber through butter? Wah, 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 wah. Hold on a minute. Do I have like a rim shot sound or something like that? I don't.
Or perhaps there we go.
That's the closest I got to a rim shot, Rob.
Yeah, there you go.
Outstanding. Bad dad jokes from Rob. Wah, 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 wah. William Hornbostel, I dropped my Hell Dorado to 17 degrees. It's holding up just fine. Heck yeah, man. And thank you for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. Bob Tism's in here. Good to see you, Bob Tism.
So,
Appreciate you, my
Bob,
friend.
I don't
Coming
think I
in and
got to
hanging out,
say,
man.
yeah, I don't think I got to say hello since I saw you in Atlanta, and it was great hanging out with you.
Yeah, we had a good time, man. That was awesome. It was awesome hanging out with you and getting to spend some time with you. For sure, it was a lot of fun. Let's see here. James Hoyt, I have two Hermans. One's a queen, one's a user, picked up on the secondary market at Meyer, a user price.
There you go.
Cool. There you go. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
You know, a Herman's on my short list too. Like there's 3 or 4 that's at the top, and that one's been hovering, and I really want to figure out what I want. You know, I guess let me rephrase. I need to figure out which one I will buy. What I want and his versus what I'm willing to buy are very different things. So I go, oh, that's what I want, and then I scroll down to the price, and I'm like, $3,800. I don't want that one, and then I keep scrolling. Okay, I'm back to looking at a Sting again.
Yeah, my problem is that I go, ooh, that's the one I want, and then I scroll to the next one. I go, ooh, that's the one I want, and then I scroll to the next one. I go, ooh, that's the one I want, and I'm like, damn it.
If we ought to just make a rule, once we find 3, then we take the one at the median price, and then it's only fair.
That's fair. I like that. So $7,000 is probably the next Herman for us.
Yeah. But
you and I
had
tend
criteria.
to gravitate towards some really expensive ones, and all of a sudden we go, oh.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we've talked about this. There's a maturation process in this hobby, right? Where $100 was a big milestone for me to cross, and then $200 was a big milestone, and I never thought I would cross $300. And now I go, oh, $450, that's not bad. And it's just like, where did that come from all of a sudden when this buildup takes so long to overcome, and then you go look at some and you go, $1,000, that's crazy. $1,000, that's crazy. Then you're like 1,800, 2,200. You're like, well, 1,000 isn't so bad. So, I can rationalize it that way.
There truly is like a crazy, crazy growth thing. I mean, I remember us like pulling our hair out buying Benchmades. Like, I can't believe I'm spending $300 on a knife, right? Like now $300. I mean, hell, we made $300 knife. So that's pretty wild. Hey, hold on, we got a sticker. We got a super chat in here from Daddy Wyvern. $10 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you very, very much. For the $10. So yeah, lots of fantastic stuff between $500 and $1,000. There's great stuff that's even under $100. I mean, hell, do you see the for those of you that haven't checked out like Tack Knives Magnificent Beast, that thing is freaking phenomenal. That's like $70. I know that the Sun Spear from them I don't think is available right now. I'm hoping they make more of them, but that thing is a Kunwu OEM knife, and it is freaking fantastic. And I think that one was like $53 or something brand new, $60 brand new. A damn freaking amazing knife for it. Like, definitely phenomenal. So yeah, that is my pops, Rob. That's Daddy Wyvern is my dad, and I don't know if Nona Wyvern is hanging out in here, but Nona Wyvern's my stepmom, and she comes in and hangs out, and I've got a sister that comes in sometimes. So family comes in and hangs out, man. We always appreciate the support from everybody, and we love that our family supports us for sure.
Gunmetal James says, he's had over $10,000 shotguns. Check him out at 1015.
1015.
Yeah, it was. I was starting to read it off, and then the scrolling started up.
I've had $10,000 shotguns, but for some reason, going over $1,000 on a knife is just hard for me. You know, man, I get it and I don't all at the same time. It's a matter of where your preferences lie, right? I think
Did
I
Daddy Wyvern put you up to saying that? Did he message you on the side?
oh, that's pretty funny. That's hilarious, actually. It was awesome to handle the Grakkis Proto and chat with you guys on Thursday before Madness started. It was also fun to keep biking into. I'm guessing running into you guys and talking about what we scored at the show. Yeah, man. It was definitely fun. It was great to kind of have the handful of people that we just kind of re-encountered over and over again, and then we were comparing notes and stuff like that. It was really, really cool.
Well, here's the deal. Yeah, here on that, I ran into Bob Tism every day a couple times. I ran into the Jake every day a couple times. Chris from Lone Star was running around like crazy. I didn't see him once.
I
Right?
saw him once and could not get away to say hello. So I had sat down and was sitting there with Sergio at the Kunwu booth, chatting with him for a while. And it was while you and Clayton were running around. I was sitting with him for a while. And he was like two booths down. I saw Chris make a beeline into that booth, and he was hanging out and talking for a minute. And I couldn't get away from Sergio to say hello. So I did see him. I just didn't get a chance to talk to him. So very, very cool though. He's a busy character, man. On those shows, he's moving because he's got a lot of manufacturers and distributors and companies that he works with that he's trying to give time to in each one of these booths as well. So it's definitely something to see.
But I ran into Alex outdoors every day. Or Outdoors 55. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then but for Southern Cali EDC, we had to text back and forth to figure out where each other were to meet up. So it's like, yeah, it's so big, but like I said, some people I just kept running into repeatedly.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, James Hoyt. Have a good night, sir.
Acquire this thing. Oh, is James bouncing?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out tonight, James. Appreciate you. Stay safe, man. Have a great night. We'll catch you on the next one, my friend. So we'll pivot a little bit and we'll talk about what's next for Wyvern Kodiak. So we've talked about the Grakkis and 48 hours until that closes and pre-orders are no longer available. We're going to go to production at that point. All that is great, but we aren't stopping there. Right? We are just getting started, really, to be honest with you. And Chris and I have had an awful lot of things that are going through our minds right now. Chris came up with an idea the other night that blew my socks. And I'm really looking forward to exploring that idea because it could change the entire trajectory and the entire path of how Wyvern Kodiak operates in the near future, which is going to be really cool. Until then, we do have the next design, which is through Riot. That is, we did pay for the prototypes already, so those are our money's already with Riot on that. There is going to be two versions of it. There's going to be a big version and a small version. And we ordered 6 prototypes in each size. And we're going to see, which one we like more and which one we want to play around with and so on and so forth. And decide which one we're going to release first, or are we going to release them both together? I haven't figured that out yet. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I can tell you that our next one is going to be coming. I'm hoping to have prototypes right around the same time that the production Grakkis are being released. if we can get them in around the same time, then look, I mean, we got prototype Grakkis on January 23rd.
Want to say goodbye to Ramses. He's taking off for the night. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ramses. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out and doing what you do. We always do appreciate you, my friend. You have a great night. Stay safe out there, man.
And Volt's trying to get a sneak peek.
Nope. Sorry, buddy. No sneak peek on this one. This one we're keeping close to the chest. And we're not gonna do a sneak peek on this one. Though when we get prototypes and stuff like that, we'll share that at that point. So everybody will get a sneak peek then. But I want to do a surprise this one. We'll do another one where we'll share it from beginning to end with you guys. I don't have a problem doing that. I just want this one to be a secret. I think this one's going to be fun.
This one means something special to you, I think. Just through the design process, and as that one unfolded, that was one that meant a lot to you.
Paul Mills, the good Paul. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in, hanging out, dude. Good to see you. Will you all make an OTF? I won't say never. It's not on my to-do list. I'm not an OTF guy. I'm not opposed to it necessarily because, I mean, at the same time, it's from a business decisions perspective. If we can make one that's good, I wouldn't necessarily say no to it, but it's not directly in the plans right now, Chris.
Every OTF that Sam has ever wanted to give away, he's given to me. He's like, here you go. It's yours.
Sam got the last DLC, nice DLC Koenig. Yeah, I did. As soon as I walked up to there, he said, "This has your name all over it." And I said, "Yes, it does." And I spent a stupid amount of money on it.
I think there's a good story about that because that was on Sam's radar before we got there, but it was the second one that he went to go check out. And they were like, sorry, you can't buy one yet. We've given out so many tokens and people have X number of minutes to get here before we will sell them to anybody without a token. And so Sam showed up the exact minute that was left and they're like, okay, that one's got your name all over it. So I think that's pretty cool because, on Faithful's Live, I joked around with them that, yeah, that's sexy. But I was joking with them that good luck coming up with a plan, going to Blade Show. And, hats off to you, Sam, because you went 2 for 2 on what you had on your plan list right out of the gate. And so that was fantastic.
Well, I appreciate it. My wallet probably hates me still, but yeah, right. I did set. Look, I set in the beginning of the year. I set a goal for certain knives, right? Certain knives that I wanted to acquire this year, and I haven't deviated a lot from them. Have I picked up a few other ones? Sure, but I haven't spent like outlandish money on knives like I did last year. It was staying to the plan, and I did do that this year. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now. Rob had pointed this out. This is the mini Arius Osseous that from the Blade Show. So this was the Blade Show exclusive, the mini version, and they are $2,200. So that is like a $700 markup on these things. $700 markup on. Man, that's just damn highway robbery. That's all that is, man. Sorry, that is.
I was really close to buying that one.
I mean, yeah, I think it's look, I think if you're trying to grab something like that, that's a grail level knife like that, I totally think that's cool. But to grab one to flip it really fast like that and try and make outlandish money, I don't know. It's just kind of insulting to me. I just think it's a douche move. That's me.
It oftentimes rubs me the wrong way when people do that. Like, again, if there are a lot of people who would love to have it and that'd be part of their collection that they would love, and you took that from them.
Well, I'm telling you, dude, it is it is real easy to get away from the limitations. Look, even when you set limitations, you break your limitations each and every time. There's no question about it. I was like, I won't buy more than one knife this year, or one knife per month this year.
And then turned into one knife per hour.
No, it hasn't been that bad, man. Last year we spent ridiculous amount of money on knives, like a really, really, really big number. And this year we've not even spent. I don't think I've spent half that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me neither. And I don't think that. Yeah. Now, granted, we're only halfway through the year, but
Shit, you had to point that out.
we still have a lot of time. But I think, in all seriousness, I'm wondering if what we spent last year on knives is larger than what we will spend with Best Tech to order the Grakkis, the Gracki, excuse me.
No, absolutely not. There's no way. But I will say that it was still a stupid amount of money. So if you guys all had any idea of the tens of thousands of dollars we're talking about on knives from last year, then that's enough to tell you that we're probably have some issues. So
I didn't do the math, but I bought 140 last year.
wow, I didn't buy 140. I didn't buy 140. So I will. What all Grakkises are you two ordering? Can you rephrase that question to Sam language?
I think what I speak Bolt. I think what he's saying is what models are we going to keep for ourselves?
Oh, I'm keeping one of each and every one of them, and then Chris and I are actually ordering commemorative ones for ourselves, like special ones. So they won't be available to anybody. One, because it's not cost effective; it's obnoxiously expensive, and the second reason is that there's just probably not a market for it in your first knife. But we'll see. We'll post pictures of them. We'll see what everybody thinks, and then if somebody really, really wants one in the future, maybe there's a possibility that something happens. Sam, you look like you could speak in a stereotypical mafia boss voice and talk about family. Chris, listen, okay? I got 10 boxes of ziti. I'll smack it right off the side of your head with a bag of pasta, okay? Now, we don't talk about the pasta. We don't talk about the family. We don't talk about the mafia. What's the mafia? We don't even know what the mafia is, okay? There's no such thing as a mafia. That is an urban myth.
I'm just a plumber.
Forget about it.
I'm just a plumber. Yeah.
It's not. That's it. That's it. I run an honest plumbing business, okay? Put that away.
I'm in the waste management business. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think. But you're not wrong. Sam definitely fits the East Coast Italian stereotype when you look at him.
Glad I can make you smile, buddy. I'm. What am I here for? Your amusement? What am I, a clown?
I'm a clown.
I'm here to make you laugh.
Nice. He probably didn't get the reference, but I did, and it was outstanding.
Damn, Sam has a past we don't know about in waste management. Listen, you never know, but I'm just saying, and we've done some things, and I've seen some things. Okay.
Tristan, I saw that you got that fireball out to the beach, man. That was looking great in your pics.
Oh, hey, Dad, easy does it here. Okay, these are good people here. All right. See, look, you guys are you're upsetting the boss. Okay, what are you gonna do? Forget about it.
You better go make him a good gravy.
That's it.
Where is? I saw Rob at 10:30. Post that one.
This one. I know a guy who has a friend who spent $250,000 in knives and swore that he did not do that. He said he only had half of that. That'd be a dream of mine.
Yeah, I only spent 125,000 on knives. Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, that call me crazy, but I mean, uh, cry me a river. Yeah, I Rob, that's wild.
I I
Nowhere's
would have,
near that in life.
if that was my
Um,
budget, I would have got a Vision FG in every handle. So
Look, if I had 150 or 125, hell, if I had $250,000 to spend on knives, um, things would be very different as far as like, heck, I'd be working towards CNC machines and manufacturing facilities and all kinds of stuff like that. I'd be investing in that rather than into the collection, right? Instead I'm getting thrilled by this awesome Kunwu knife that I absolutely love. I did the review on this thing. It is, dude, I absolutely think this might be one of the best Kunwus ever created. I mean, this
yeah,
thing is absolutely phenomenal. The Tau 3, this thing is crazy good.
I I
Just
almost I almost bought the two because I that's been on my list for quite some time. I think it's got a warning on it instead, but the same kind of action. And I thought the same thing, man. I love that knife, but I've just not pulled the trigger on it.
yeah, man. 250,000. Yeah, and no, that's crazy numbers still, man. Chris, that's some big ones. Trying to come up with 5 grand for next Blade Show. 125,000. I wish. James,
Yeah.
yeah, that's and you know what, man? You could spend 5 grand in 5 minutes in Blade Show. Okay, and buy a bunch of knives. Okay, it's insanity. It
Yeah.
is crazy, crazy.
Or
Um,
you could lose the lottery and not have enough money to buy a knife if
yeah,
5,000 is your budget.
Kunwu Geronimo is really good as well. Yeah, we
Yeah.
so last year, Rebel, we saw that one in Atlanta last year, when it was still in prototype, and it's a cool knife. I definitely dig the shape. I do wish that they would make it in a frame lock also, because I'm not really that big of a. I'm not thrilled with the Vertilock. I think they could have. There's it could have been a little bit better. That's my
I,
my personal opinion.
I wish that the Verta had a little bit better access. That's my struggle with it. Oh, I think Sam's pulling out your knife there, Tristan.
This one, Tristan, the Poon Padre. This thing is an awesome knife, man. I
It's spectacular.
I absolutely love this thing. I actually think this might be better than the original Padre. And I don't know if it has something to do with the weight on it because of the way the blade is now, but I have an original Padre, and I think that this one's actually better. So, yeah, it's a killer knife for sure.
So last year that Geronimo was the first time that I'd seen the Verta, and
Yeah,
it was a prototype, and but again it was so new, and I'm just a fan of theirs. I got really excited. I was like, I want it to come out. Well, then I got what's the
you got the Gringo.
Gringo? That's it. I keep wanting to call it the Django, and I know that's not right, or the Django. I know that's not right, but yeah, the Gringo with the vert on it, and turned out that was the normal sizing of it. It was like, and that's actually what's kept me from buying the Excalibur.
That's insane, Rob. Knife, the Shark Knife Go booth, this $15,000 to $38,000 each knife. Like, I can't fathom that. Like, just to put this in perspective, I feel off when somebody hands me like a crazy expensive knife that's not mine, right? So like Texas, sitting there, I was taking a break, and I was hanging out with Fred the Lug. And Fred came over and he's like, "Oh, check this out." And he hands me like a custom. I don't know how much the custom is, right? We don't talk money on the knives. Okay. That's his business on what he spends on those knives. I'm not going to ask him those questions. I find that to be kind of a personal thing. So I don't ask him those questions, but I can imagine that they're probably a few grand up and up easily. And I mean, every time he hands me one of them, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, first off, this is expensive and it's not mine, right? So like I'm ultra careful with that. But besides that, it's just mind blowing sometimes. It truly is mind blowing. Um, it's crazy for sure.
Yeah, he walks out and is like, I sourced the materials on this. I mined the diamonds myself in South Africa. Like, thanks, Fred. Thanks for letting me see this because this is super cool.
Tristan the Poon is phenomenal on the Padre. Like it really does. I think it honestly changes the action a little bit and makes it smoother. I'm not. I have no idea why. Maybe it has to do with the fact that this one's DLC and the other one that I have is Stonewash. I don't know, but it's fantastic.
And Bob Tism said, Fred likes to share. He's cool, and I don't know that I have ever met a more generous person with his collection than Fred.
Yep. I'm not
He's
even kidding you. Over here, I think it's 10. I think I have 10 Hoi Kilo knives from Fred. And then he gave me another knife roll on top of that has another 6 or 7 knives in there. So I have like a dozen or 18 knives from Fred right now in for review. So yeah, he's incredibly gracious with his collection, incredibly willing to share. Has been an early supporter of our channel and a big reason why we got the growth that we did, because he was able to provide a lot of knives for us to be able to review and keep the content fresh and interesting and stuff like that. And we are certainly very grateful to Fred, but he's an incredibly great, gracious man, and I love Fred. He's a friend of us, and every time I see him, him and his son Hayden come over. They say hello. We hang out. They're just great people, a lot of fun, and good people in the community for just knowing knives, right? Like they know stuff. Bluminati Ninja in the house. What is up, Blue? Welcome into the Dragon's Lair. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Hope everything is good in the dojo, buddy.
And you can pull up Rob at 1038.
1038. Fred the Lug is one of the most outstanding folks I know in the knife community. He's generous and a kind man. I highly respect the man and hope everyone understands what a gem he is. Couldn't agree more. Perfectly said, Rob. He is absolutely a gem. And I think, truthfully, he is, from the public's perspective, I think he's a pillar in the community, in my opinion. He is responsible for so many channels' growth and abilities to make content when it's really hard. When you're getting started, it's extremely expensive to keep buying knives to show, to create content and stuff like that. So to have somebody who is donating or loaning knives to you and stuff like that to use to show content and stuff like that is phenomenal. Right, and he's just such a good person. So really love Fred for that. Super good dude. So we were talking about before what's next for Wyvern Kodiak, and we talked about the next one being through Riot, and then I have another design that I just finished up recently that Chris and I kind of worked through a little bit. That's a little bit different of a design, pretty cool looking design. It's a liner lock. Interesting shape on it, some interesting stuff about that. That's going to be the one behind that one, I think. Have a couple of collaborations out there that we're working through right now. Have another one that I'm waiting for an answer on for a collaboration that we are looking pretty solid for. And if we get that one, that'll be another one. So that'll be very cool on that. And then, like I said, Chris came up with an idea the other night that he talked to me about, and we're talking about doing something that's going to possibly change the trajectory of how Wyvern Kodiak does a lot of things going forward, which will be really cool as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun also. So we've got a lot going on. We are not intending to be, nor are we going to be, a one-hit wonder when it comes to knives. We are just getting started. And as we get more Pre-orders will go away as we get more out there and things like that. I'm hoping to be able to get more in a more shorter time frame so that we're dropping a couple of these OEMs, at least a couple a year, to everybody, so that it's not like such a big gap. In the beginning, it's a little bit hard to do that, to get everything kick started, but once it starts rolling, it's going to be much better off that way. So looking forward to that. For sure. Level On Up is in here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us tonight. So there's something else that I forgot to mention. So Casey Spearon, Knives Fast channel, was in here earlier, and I wanted to show some of his stuff. So Casey has the Mach 71 that drops 2 p.m. on Friday. So Tempest Knives Mach 71. So there's going to be 4 versions of it, and I wanted to show everybody those real quick here and make sure that everybody's aware of them. So first version here, this one is called the Blue Flame, and this is it has been inspired by the 70s land speed record car called the Blue Flame. Right, so stonewash blade, blue anodized handle. And the action on this thing is great. Fantastic knife on here. Ergo's super comfortable. Lots of jimping on the spine there. Kubi build, S90V on the blade. So awesome.
I'm really happy to see that Casey's stepping out of his comfort zone and adding some blue.
The next one is this one right here. This would probably be his most plain Jane version right here. Belt satin on the blade, bead blast on the handle. This one's called the X1 Blackbird, and this one is inspired by the X1 or the Bell X1 plane and Chuck Yeager's plane. So that is this one. So satin hardware on it, bead blasted handle, belt satin on the blade. Beautiful. This is my favorite version right here. This is the one that I've been waiting for. Then you have the Stealth Edition right here. So this one is blue anodized hardware. I know it's hard to see that in the screen here, but blue anodized hardware on here. And then you have dark wash and acid wash blade and handle on here. This one is called the Stealth, like I had said, and this one is inspired by like modern stealth planes like the F-35. So that's where the name came for this one. Very cool.
I can't wait to get my hands on that one. I'm going to beat it like it stole something.
This one's really cool. I do like that one. And then the last one here, this one is called the Blackbird Edition. This one is after the SR-71 Blackbird plane, the super secret plane that was commissioned by the United States, and a very, very cool plane. I think it retired in the early 90s. And this one is black PVD on the handle, DLC on the blade, red hardware on here. So very, very cool, all except the pocket clip. But amazing work by Casey. Beautiful knives. Really, really enjoy hanging out with these things and checking these things out. Chris and I got early access to them, and Chris wanted 2 of them. I wanted 1 of them, and I said, well, the heck for that. I might as well just buy them and have all 4 between the 2 of us. So we've got all 4 of those. We did buy them. So just so you know, Casey didn't give us any freebies or anything like that. He just offered them early so that we can make some content for him and stuff like that. So 2 p.m. Friday, TempestKnives.com is the website. If you're interested, the Mach 71 goes on sale then. Use code Tempest10 and get yourself a 10% discount, by the way. So make sure that you're aware of the drop happening on Friday. And by the way, you can front flip these things too. And they're really, really good. Really, really good knives. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm stoked with these things. And I've actually, I just haven't seen Chris, but I have both of his here. That he's got the Stonewash and the Blackbird edition are Chris's, and they just need to make their way to him. I just haven't seen him in person to give them to him yet. So we'll connect this weekend or something, and I'll make sure you get your knives, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I know we got some testing to do, for a knife anyway. So check out Volt at 1042.
1042 volt. I'm going to do a short on this, but if you had to choose thumb studs or thumb flick or slot hole and reverse flick, which do you prefer? Depends on the knife, man, to be honest with you. I mean, if it's a broad spectrum thing, I prefer a blade hole with a reverse flick. But like for instance, I'll give you a great one. So I have right here, this is the Manganese Steel Aurelia. I absolutely love the thumb stud action on this knife. It is spectacular. Okay. And it has a front flipper on it too. So you still get that extra deployment method on here. You can reverse flip these and all that kind of stuff. But I couldn't, I mean, this wouldn't be any good with a hole. This is a thumb stud knife. It should be a thumb stud knife, and it is a thumb stud knife. So, but then you have something like the McNeese Dixon, right? I wouldn't want a thumb stud on this knife. I think this knife is built for a hole on that blade, and it's perfect the way that is. I wouldn't want it any other way.
And I go, so on the Bostede Porcupine, I like the thumb stud better. The thumb stud version's way better than I like the hole. But overall, and I agree with Sam, it depends on the knife. But if I had to pick one deployment method and only one deployment method for the rest of my life, it would probably be a hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I had to choose one on that, yeah, I agree with you, man. Rebel Rouser got a stealth. That's awesome, man. Did you pick that up in Atlanta? I know he had some for sale there. I don't know if anybody picked them up in Atlanta before coming back. I know that was his early drop to everybody. He offered us in Atlanta, and Chris and I said we weren't going to pick them up. We were going to leave them for his table so that people at the show can buy them because we knew we'd get early access right afterwards. So we didn't want to take any inventory from him while he was at the show, especially after the first day when I asked him how he did, and he said he had the single best day he's ever had in any Blade show before. I did not want to take any inventory from him at all.
Yeah.
So
we were going to buy anyway. Might as well get to some of the people that he might not reach otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I had 1,000,001 things that we were buying anyway at that show, so to let that one go wasn't going to be that big of a deal, knowing that we had access to it right afterwards anyway. Help with Gadgets is in here. What's up, Tommy? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for coming in and hanging out, dude. Appreciate you as always.
Hey, Tommy.
A nice fuller or a thumb hole. Yeah, man, a good fuller knife is fantastic. Mm-hmm. One that has that really good sharp edge that you can get your finger under there and just fire it.
The Mojave.
The Mojave is really good. Graviton, I'll tell you what, that Marshall Design Graviton, you can get your finger underneath that sharp edge and you can flick that knife solid. That's really, really good too. Yeah, I really like the way they did those for sure. So, yeah, that's what's going on in the Wyvern Kodiak world, and that is what is going on with Tempest knives. So just remember 2 p.m. Friday, Tempest 10 for your discount this time. I know usually he does knives fast. This one he's doing Tempest 10. So, and truth be told, I am not an affiliate. I don't, Chris and I are not collecting anything for showing off the knives or anything like that. It's just
a good knife. A good
Yeah,
knife from a good guy. Yeah.
yeah, it's a great knife. Right? Truthfully, it is such a great knife.
You know what's funny is sometimes I look at somebody's design and I think, man, why didn't I think of that? You
Oh,
know?
I do it all the time, man. Volt, yeah, I can thumb flick the graviton as well. It is really good design, man. I don't know if they meant it to be that way or if they just meant it to be fuller and front flipper, but yeah, I can absolutely get my you just need a little bit of your chub on your thumb to get underneath there and you can, yeah. I might mod a Dixon, maybe a front flipper. Rob, I would be
Oh,
interested on how you would. I'd love to see that one. I mean,
that could be the very first episode of Rob's Nerdy Mods.
yeah, I guess if you take the edge of the scale off over here, you probably could do that. You know, just probably add a smidge of jimping right at the end here to get yourself a good grip because that's a heavy blade right there. But yeah, I think that would be a really cool mod to do. I'd love to see that. If you do that, man, I got to check that out. That's awesome. Even Chris is like, how would he do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if you took that off, maybe that would work. But would that change? That might change how it feels in the hand, though. If you're, I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe you smooth the edge off. Obviously, you'd have to smooth the edge off there. You're going to have some sharp
I,
edges there, but
you know how I feel about the Dixon. Like this is
oh,
one
I
of my
know.
favorite knives.
I know.
I love it. And but again, a lot of it is because of just the comfort in my hand. And again, it slices amazing. There's so many wonderful things, but from an ergonomic perspective, it's super comfortable for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, and the Dixon's fantastic, right? I mean, so it's funny. I was in Blade Show, Texas, and I had walked up to the McNeese booth, and Jonathan McNeese saw me wearing this shirt, and the back of my phone, I have a dragon on the back of my phone right there, and he said, "Holy crap, you have a dragon on your phone, you have a dragon on your shirt." And guess what? We just did dragon scales on the McNeese Dixon. If this isn't meant to be, I don't know what it is. You need to buy a dragon scale Dixon. And I laughed and he laughed and we went about our days. And you know, I left that day regretting I didn't buy it. So when Atlanta came, I knew I needed a dragon scale Dixon because it was just calling my name. So I'm super glad that I did get one of these because the Dixon is an incredible knife. For those of you who don't have one or haven't handled one of these, so Chris bought his last year's Blade Show, and I can tell you that he sent it to Duty's Daggers for a review, and he put it through the abuse test that Duty does, and even he came away with like raving at how good that was of a knife. Although now that he has a mini Dixon, I'm wondering whether or not Duty would be really tuned towards that because he said this was too big of a knife for him, right?
Yeah, he said he loved it. I watched his review of the mini. I haven't seen him do like the cut test with it, but I can't imagine it's going to perform worse. You know,
No, that's it's going to
it's
perform just as good. You
yeah,
know, it's just yeah. If he makes a Dragon Scale Mini, I'm probably going to buy one of those because the Mini is still a full size knife.
I I was stunned that how good it felt. I agree. It still felt it felt bigger than the Mac 2 does, and you know, or every bit as big to me
You know,
in the hand. And
last year when I flicked the Mac 2, I really, really liked it. And this year, I don't feel like I liked it as much. And I don't know if it's because I've become snobby and I've handled way too many knives, or maybe because I was just having one of those moments at Blade Show where um you're overstimulated with too much going on around you. But I just didn't enjoy it the same way that I did last year.
Yeah. Again, there's a maturation process, right? It's always evolving. Mechanical soul moves, and it's like anything else. You just develop, and your taste refines. And last year we weren't holding $1,000 knives every day. Yeah,
True.
this year we are. Things feel a little bit different. Somebody spent 2 weeks fine tuning some of your knives. One person spent 2 weeks fine tuning knives to get them perfect, or making and tuning, and that just feels different than a knife that's been mass produced. I was about to tell you to highlight that one.
Gonna be giving away one of the high strangeness for 500 subs. Long way to go yet, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. Volt EDC. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Volt's channel, go over and check out what he's doing. He makes some good content. He's still early in his content journey, but give him some support and subscribe to Volt EDC's channel. Go over and check it out. Volt, drop your channel in the chat, please, so that everybody can easily get to it and follow you. But
he's slow on releasing content right now because his PC died, and he's having a new one. He's not just going and buying one off the shelf. He's having one built for him. So
gotcha. Okay. But you know what? I'll make it easier then. If he's doing that, I don't want to. That's a pain in the neck too.
Should try to do it off the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, to try and do it off the phone. So let me get his channel real quick, and I'll pull it up so that I can
look at the Wyvern mod extraordinaire.
How about
you're
that?
Ramses, you're no Ramses, but you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I know that. I definitely know that. I never said I was. Jeez, please, man, give me a break.
Ramses did post it earlier on in the chat, but it'd be good to get it back up to the top.
Yep. Yeah. So if you all could do me a favor and make sure that you're subscribed to Volt EDC. High Strangeness is a cool knife. That's actually the version that I chose from Marshall Design Works. I think it's a really cool design, and not a cheap knife. So he's giving away some really good stuff as well. So that's awesome that he's offering out some really good stuff out there for sure. That's pretty cool. So make sure you're subscribed to Volt's channel.
We would give you a bulk discount for Grakkis if you're going to be giving those away as well. So you want to buy 10 Grakkis, we'll give you a discount for the 10.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm all for that for sure.
What Mick at 1059?
The Rebs?
Yeah, I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar either. I didn't know if you would.
Oh, I think he's asking Rebel Rouser who did the DLC on it.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't tempt me, Chris. Hold on a minute. Chris, keep tempting him, will you?
I was just thinking that, we can negotiate a good price.
Yeah. Adventure 50, just wanted to say hello. I've been lurking all show. Lance, good to see you, brother.
Very much
I hope
so.
I hope things are getting better for you, man. I'm still praying for you, my friend. And let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Reach out, buddy. Yeah. So I'm excited, man. I feel like the other night I went to bed, and as I laid in bed, all I can think about was placing this order and going. Like I wanted to go back downstairs and just be like, come on, let's place the order. Let's do this now. God, not that it's going to make it go any faster, right? If I place the order today or I place the order tomorrow, or I place the order in a week, like they're not going to it's not like I'm going to get it in a week. So I don't know. I'm over amped right now, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. You know, it'd be nice to have that come in and get it out. I mean, again, the community's been so supportive. They've trusted us and you know, put their you know, shown a lot of faith in us by pre-ordering and putting money in our pocket right away. I would love to get this thing turned around and back in their pockets right away. And I've ordered a fair amount of pre-orders myself, and the anticipation is you know what's hard for me, I think, is not so much the anticipation as much as the not having any idea when things are going to be moving. And so that's where I really enjoyed, you know, you putting together the website and the newsletter, because then as updates come in, then we can send them out, because that to me was the hardest thing of doing a pre-order, them not
The
knowing
Jake,
when it's going to be. What's up to
what's
Jake?
up, the Jake? Good to see you, dude. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, man. Yeah,
And,
I agree. I think when you're left in the dark, that sucks, right? Um, a lot of companies do you dirty that way, and they don't keep you posted. And I don't agree with that. I think one of the things that we need to do as knife companies in general, not just us, but as knife companies in general, is when you do a pre-order, keep your people posted. Okay. And if you're not getting anything from the company that is producing your knives, ask for an update and get the latest and greatest so that you can create information out to these people, right?
yeah,
I think that's an important thing. I
yeah.
think that's a super important thing. Doing okay. I spent the last 3 days hiking while I regroup, trying to decide what I want to do when I grow up. Me too, Lance. I don't want to grow up. I want to stay young and be a Toys R Us kid for the rest of my life. So I say go and play and don't grow up.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you should go toilet paper the neighbor's house tonight.
Yes. Ring and run game. Video record it. That's some great content right there.
Yeah, and Volt, the Grakkis #1 seller, I think in both left and right handed is VLC. It's ran away with things this last couple weeks. It's really pulled ahead. Blurpinkle's a distant #2, and then the Stonewashes are behind it, but they're pretty even.
The DLC and Blurpinkle in left-handed versions are tied.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are several sold in each variant on left-handed versions on both DLC and Blurpinkle. The right-handed versions though, DLC is way ahead of it now. So
Nice.
we're which I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I'm surprised. The most expensive version came out ahead as the most popular one, and I was kind of shocked because I was expecting it to be completely in reverse in a way. I was expecting one of the cheaper ones to come out ahead only because of the fact that it's so plain Jane, right? Like people can mod it and do whatever they want, and
Yeah.
that was kind of what I was envisioning was people were going to get it, and then the next thing we know, we were going to see green or blue or whatever out there because people were going to want to anno it and whatever. So
Their custom color, yeah, and that's and that's the thing we were chatting about last night or the night before, one of the two, where
I just like saying Blurpinkle.
me,
Jake, I think a lot
too,
of
Jake.
people just like saying Blurpinkle. Every time I tell people it's called Blurpinkle, they all laugh and they're like, "That's fantastic."
And by the way, I don't think that I said it on last week's. Jake, it was so cool meeting you and walking up, and you walking up wearing our shirt on day one was so cool. And then Sam and I, that night, like I think that night or the next morning, we're like, oh my, like, we've got to get to Jake something. We said the first time we saw somebody wearing our shirt, we'd get something. And so we didn't have it on us, and I think we were both surprised in the moment how cool
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct on that, Chris. So we do have something that we want to get out to you for sure. Okay, good night, folks. Work has been exhausting. Have a great night. Planning to expedite an unboxing tomorrow. Have a great night, Rob. We
Awesome. Thanks,
appreciate you,
Rob.
man. I'm hoping that it arrives tomorrow, and if it does, I'd love to hear your feedback on that, and what your thoughts are. You know what changes we're making and everything. So obviously, when you get there and you turn around and go, "Oh, this could be better over here," there's a chance that you're going to go, "Oh, he's already addressing that." So, but I'm looking forward to it, man, and I hope you love it. Have a great night. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us tonight, bro. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Well, and at 11:06, check out Projectiles are Sharp.
11:06. 11:06. I got the full stonewashed. That's been my favorite look lately. So clean and plain. Yeah,
And
man.
that's where you're at too, right, Sam?
Yeah, I love that clean look, man. I mean, look, here's what's on my desk. Okay, clean. Grakkis is clean. Here's the Sparrow Strix. Here's a plain manganese steel stonewash version of the Dixon. I mean, most of my knives are that color. I have very few knives of color in my collection anymore, and it's just because I really like either black or I like gray, and that's incredibly boring to a lot of people. But I don't know. It's just there's something about super clean knives that just float my boat. It's just one of my favorite designers out there is Ray Laconico. And if you look at his designs, all of his designs are just ultra clean, right? One thing you can look at every one of his designs and just go, that is clean. You can almost identify it as a Ray Laconico design almost right out of the gate, right? And that just hits me right in the soul.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Ray design?
Man, my favorite Ray Laconico design. Well, I absolutely love some of the ones that are sorry. I absolutely love some of the ones like the old guard, like it's just
Yeah.
super simple and clean knife. I love that. And then he has some that are in his custom handmade collections, like the FJ. My God, it's just nice, full tuck, gorgeous knife, super clean. And I absolutely adore that. Like that might be my favorite of his overall.
Yeah.
I still like some of his other wild stuff too, right? Like I don't get me wrong, I think that like the Wolverine, the Saber Tooth, the Honey Badger, they're cool designs. I like them. But when you're talking about plain Jane clean, that FJ, that old guard, that Rosalinda, stunners.
That is that's my favorite Ray. Um,
Which one is that? I know it's a we, but
yeah, Esprit, I think is how you
a
say it.
spirit, yeah, the Esprit or the Spirit. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
let me see if it's got its name on it, but I think it's like ESPRIT, I think. Yeah, but it feels so good in my hand. And again, it's smaller for what I particularly, usually like, but I can get 4 fingers on it, super comfortable. And it's a good slicer. Yeah, the only thing that I would do to it is big surprise. I would do 2 things to it. I'd add more jimping, add more lock bar access. Those the only, but I say that on almost every knife.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand. But I remember when you got that, and it was kind of like it was like an afterthought knife, right? I mean, it
Yeah,
was.
I was in Jared's Whatnot one night, and I was just like, bid, bid. And I got stuck with, the sea otters are awesome. I wish they made the sea lion still.
Yeah, the
Um,
sea otter is gorgeous. I like the river otter too. As a matter of fact, I have to reach out to Sanford because him and I had spoken, and I already asked him, and he said that he'd be willing to loan us a couple of knives to like review on the channel. So
oh,
I got to
cool.
see if he'll send a couple of the otters over to check out and move them along or something. If not, I could
Yeah.
probably reach out to like Ray and borrow his.
Yeah, this was the classic example I was talking about earlier in the show, where one night I'm in Jared's Whatnot. I'm being a bit of a jerk and driving up prices, and just bidding and bidding and bidding, and
And you
and
all
then,
sit there and you say, Chris is such a nice guy. Now you hear it, right? He's the
yeah.
devil in disguise. Behind the
Well,
scenes, he's being diabolical.
I was prepared to pay for it if I got stuck with them, but yeah, that one night I went, okay, I overpaid for 3 straight knives. I'm done with this.
That's cool, Tristan. Um, which colorway did you get from Darkwater? Is because think I seen the one that he did for you. Did he do the Mai Mai on that one for you? Is that the one that he did for you? Um, I have with an ano job is a silver tooth. Just generally not my thing. Yeah, I'm not really big into a lot of the colorway stuff, man. Like I just boring. I like I said.
Yeah, Faithful has my saber tooth right now, and he liked it a lot, and I thought it was nice. But I think, well, I think Ray and Sanford are such a good combo. You want to explain that relationship for anybody who may not understand
I
MBK?
don't. Ray does a lot of the designing, not all of the designing, but most of the designing. Sanford runs the company and just kind of does all that kind of stuff, the ordering and lasering and all that, all the manual front facing work, right? Um, and they are old buddies, right? They're old school friends, and it's just a cool dynamic between them. And Sanford's got a real wild personality, whereas Ray is very subdued. He's a very chill guy that lays back, and so um, he doesn't mind giving the reins to Sanford. And if you've ever met Sanford before, I mean, he's a wild
Such a
child
cool
type of guy.
dude.
Yeah,
He's so cool. Yeah.
he's a wild guy, right? I mean, I saw him in Atlanta, and as soon as he saw me, he came over and gave me a gigantic hug. Um, his to be honest, I don't know if it's his wife or it's his girlfriend, but Jackie is his significant other, and she came over and gave me a hug. And the going joke was in Texas she couldn't flick a knife, and I showed her how to do it, and Sanford was like, "Oh my God, I'm never going to hear the end of it." And I asked him how the knife flicking's going, and he's like, "Now I know why I drove her crazy all these years flicking knives, because now she's driving me friggin' crazy all the time." So
Well,
it's pretty hilarious. But
I was about to say we ought to invite him onto the show, but maybe not now.
no, I do want to invite Sanford on. I think
Yeah.
Sanford will be an awesome guest to have on. He is a lot of fun, and he is a huge personality. Like Sanford is bigger than life when you meet him. Like he's
Yeah.
just one of those people that is you're either going to love the guy or you're going to run from him because he is a whole lot of personality.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm out. See you around. John, thanks for coming in, man, and hanging out, dude. We certainly appreciate your time, and you have a great night, my friend.
Yeah. And
Um,
I'm going to hit Volt real quick. He had said that he's surprised the Blur Pinkle wasn't our winner because of just being a rare color variant. And, you know, DLC is hard to compete with, especially if you go full DLC, because so many people now are trying to go PVD on the scale and then DLC on the handle, and there's some challenges there. What's up, man?
What's up, Clayton? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back, man.
Hey, we
Yeah,
had a special request for you, Clayton. Chris earlier asked for you to create a Damascus pry bar, and that
actually, he said Timascus. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if
did
I
he
would
say
use it.
that?
I thought that's what he
Uh,
said was Timascus. Now, Timascus, I mean, that just scratches and everything else too easy. I don't think I would use that for a pry bar. I mean, if you want one just for it to sit there and look pretty, I guess you can. But yeah, I Timascus specifically. I mean, Chris, they don't wear well, right? Like that's something that's like they don't take abuse well. I don't know if
yeah,
you'd want one in Timascus. Damascus, I definitely think. But if you want to just,
no,
but
you were right. He said it was Timascus he wanted.
yeah, I don't know if you'd want to do that one anyway. But I mean that's up to you if you want to do that. Plus, it's extremely expensive on that one. So
Yeah,
um,
and I think at 11:17, I think that Clayton was trying to say he can't do Timascus yet. He said, I can do Timascus yet. I'm pretty sure he meant he can't do it yet.
I don't care about using the headache Clayton gets. Oh, that's cruel, man.
Yeah, Clayton said it. Yeah, Clayton said it would be a fortune.
Yeah, man. I mean, for cheap Timascus, and that's like a little bar. It's like 400 or 500 bucks, right? So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for that, and his time and everything else. But hey, it's all you guys, man. You work that stuff out. I'm laying low on that one. Now a Damascus pry bar makes complete sense to me. If it's got a good core on it, I would
Uh,
totally rock one of those.
yeah, it'd be sexy. I've got one of Clayton's pry bars, and it's awesome. One thing it can do, it can open an energy drink first thing in the morning. Uh, I I've got lots of experience prying open the can lid for the first thing in the morning.
It's dumb ascus. You mean dumb ass kiss?
Nice.
That's awesome. Oh man. Yeah. So I think it would be. I think a Damascus one would be pretty cool. A Timascus one would make absolutely no sense to me. Zerkatai, another one that would make zero sense to me. I mean, if you're looking to make them just something to look at, I guess it would, but that's a whole lot of effort for nothing and a very high expense for nothing. But when he's able to do Timascus, I'm sure he'd be willing to do it for what you're gonna have to pay for it. He's gonna make it
Yeah.
worth his time. So yeah.
Yeah, 11:19. Click on Clayton again. That's
Give
it.
me
As I
one
was
second.
saying.
Give me 1 second. 10.
Or 11:19. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting. There we go. Have a good night, Wyvern Kodiak, and all in the chat. Take care, Mama Loot. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. We
Yes, man. Thank
appreciate
you.
you very much. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. You have a great night, and we'll see you on the next one. It sounds like you're saying dumb ass kiss. Yes, that's
That's
exactly what
correct.
I'm saying, Val. I did say dumb ass kiss. Now, which one did you say? 1119?
Oh, that was the one. That was the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a dumbass kiss. That's the play on words, Clayton. Get with the program, senor.
Senior.
Senor.
Um, yeah, I think we started talking and going down the pathway of what's coming next.
Yep.
And, you know, your mind's been on fire here recently with different designs and things like that. What I know Design 2 was Design 1 and Design 2 both were, I think, equally special to you. Maybe Design 2 might be a little bit more special because of, you know, one of the uniqueness pieces that you put in place. You started talking about earlier doing a design session. What kind of ideas could they throw out at us that would help with that design session for you?
Um, I think general ideas of, blade shapes, deployments, and do you want it to be a folder? Do you want it to be a fixed blade? Stuff like that. Just giving me the general footprint of things. And then a lot of times what I'm can do from there is I can kind of brainstorm and think, okay, there are certain blade shapes that don't fit into all types of handles, right? So, like big belly blades, you know that you need a curved handle. And when you have a flat blade, you can go very much neutral on that. When you have something that's got like a Tonto, then you have one way that your handle has to be, versus if you have a Warncliffe or a sheep's foot, then it's the other way that it has to be. So thinking of it beforehand so that you kind of have a general structure will give me a guiding path as to where I want to take certain ideas before I even start them. So that always does help. If you want it to just be free flow, then a lot of times what I do is honestly, I shoot from the hip. I just start drawing. Right? That's it. The greatest ideas come from just blindly seeing what comes out of your hands. Sometimes a line, and all of a sudden you go, if I just put it this way, or if I just add a swedge here, or oh, that's a cool blade shape, but it would look so much cooler if it was a harpoon or something like that. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen when you're just brainstorming and keeping it simple and loosey goosey like that. So those are a lot of fun. But if you want to get the most out of seeing the most from the design session, giving me structure as to where I can go so that preemptively I know when I'm coming in where I'm going to take the direction of it instead of trial and error, that always helps. What I was thinking about doing for my next design session actually was taking the last one that I had worked on and cleaning it up a little bit and then bringing it in and doing like the full refinement of where I take all the drawings from stage 2, right? My first stage is real rough. I have a general idea of what this is going to look like, and I have a general idea of where I want to go. And now it's refining lines, making them permanent lines, if you will. These are where these are going to live. This is the curve that's going to be here. This is the belly of the knife, or maybe not the belly of the knife, things like that. So that's where I think maybe the next one, it's taking it to stage 2 and showing what the next step in the journey would look like for me in my process anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Couple of comments that have popped in.
Mm-hmm.
Check out 1121. Chris's comment there.
1121. This one?
Yep.
I'd rather lose a foot than forge titanium again. Fair?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Love Sam, of course, but will Chris be doing vids too on the channel?
Short answer is no. Next. We go back and forth.
I'm a content creator. Chris just watches my content.
Yeah, I give Sam a like on every one that he does, on every platform, every day. You know, I've done a handful, and some of the challenge for me currently is, if you look at some of our older, Sam and I first tried to film everything together in the beginning, and a lot of times that was done inside of what's going
What's
on
up,
down
Funky?
here.
What's
Yeah.
up, Funky? Weirdos. Who is a weirdo? You're a weirdo.
Yeah. So, in my
Hell no.
home is where we first couple, and we were just kind of doing it. I've got a pretty small place, and it's 3-bedroom condo, and we were doing it, and I've got my living room, kitchen, and dining room are all kind of one open space, and I'm sitting in the very far corner of that room now, backed into the wall, so that way the family can come and go throughout the rest of the house while I'm streaming. I have a hard time making content in our space, and so that's some of the difficulty. Is I do carry a very busy schedule, with other things that I do, and so creating the time becomes a challenge. And then I also get angry at myself while recording because I'm like, I should have said this and not that in the midst of it, and I don't know how to edit. And so there's the big part. And Sam's like, just keep talking. You can edit it out. It's easy. And instead, I just go, well, I just took I had a 18-minute video. I was 16 minutes in, and now it's garbage. I'll do it again tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. And I think that's part of the problem is that if I had more time to sit down where it was undisturbed and not having my daughter or my grandson making noise in the background, it'd be a lot easier. But having the space is important. Then the final thing I think is, I've done some, and Sam and I have a different approach. I I honestly don't care
You're right,
about this
Tommy.
thing, right?
You're right. He has started
Yeah,
talking a lot more, hasn't he?
yeah, but I couldn't care less about this thing. If you start going around it and just talking about this is the knife, this is the blade shape, this is the weight, this is the handle, this is the pocket clip, like I want to know that if I want to go buy it. Outside of that, for me, it's like, what's its identity? What did the designer intend this thing to be, and did they execute on the design? What That's the piece to me that matters. What was the engineering thought process that went in it? What did they skip, and why did they skip it? What details are they adding that are being lost? And so for me, it's more of a journey into what was the hope and the identity of this thing meant to be, and did they execute on it? And Sam can pick up a knife and just talk about the knife. And if I don't know, I don't want to speak for you, but if it's a 17-minute video, you probably have 19 minutes into it, right? Of I'll spend a minute and a half looking at it, and then off I go, and then the rest of it is just 5-6 minutes to quick edits, quick ads, and then post. And for me, it's I can't get to. Thanks for joining the Wyvern Kodiak channel. This is Chris, on one take. I'm 18 minutes into just saying that line.
It takes practice. It takes repetition. There's no question about that. I was like that in the beginning, and I think talking to people and hearing them tell me stop trying to be perfect, and talking to people and watching others create content and learn how they did it, and then sit there and go, oh, if you just keep going, you can edit this out. Oh, if you just keep doing this, it'll be fine. And so you have ways in which when I make a mistake, heck, if you heard my full videos, you hear me cursing up a storm and being, damn it, I screwed that up again, and all this kind of stuff, right? But it's stop, and then you think about where you were on a place, and you go, okay, I'm going to start off here. This is where I wanted to pick up from, and then go, okay, and then when you go back through, you can find that edit point, cut the video, seam them together, and then you're clear, right? So pretty simple stuff.
And
I get what you're saying, though. I have a lot of fun designing knives myself, just seeing what I can come up with. Sam has been a huge inspiration for me designing.
Oh, cool.
It's been a lot of fun for me. Tristan, I appreciate that, man. I am glad that you have fun. That's what it's about, man. It is a creative outlet for me, is what it started off as, and it's just grown into a lot more. It's a passion project. It's it's everything that I do now. So uh I can definitely understand it. And your next statement, right? I get a knife design in my head. Now I can't go to bed until I've drawn the design down. I can tell you that I've quite literally woken up in the middle of the night with a design that has popped up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, nah. I go downstairs, Crocs and socks and the whole ordeal, and sit down at my drawing table and I put it down, because if I don't, I'm either going to be not able to sleep, or I'm going to sleep and forget the dang thing. Either which way, it's bad. So I've definitely been there before, man. It is a real problem.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so here's what my content it cares more about. Sam, how did it make you feel when you read that you were an inspiration to somebody?
How did it make me feel?
Yeah, that's where I go, right, with content is the feeling of something. I want to get into Donnie's head. I want to get into Clayton's head. I want to understand what their thought process was when they made this. And just like that, so now here's the designer's perspective of getting into your head. What is your thoughts knowing that somebody's inspired by what they see you do?
Um, it's almost, I'm left speechless in a lot of ways, right? And I go back to what I had said before about being ultra humbled by the people that chose to buy our Grakkis, and the people that say that our Grakkis is a grail. People saying I'm that I am inspired them in some way to draw knives or to do whatever. And it's it leaves me pretty speechless, because it was never something that I set out to do as far as a goal goes. I didn't expect to inspire anybody on that, right? It was always, like I said a minute ago, just a creative outlet for myself. My wife is an incredibly crafty individual. My daughter is an incredibly crafty individual. As a matter of fact, I'm friends with Greg Schaub at Sparrow Knife Company, and just bought his new Hank. I thought it was a really cool thing, and it was sitting on my desk. And my daughter took it and drew a picture for Greg Schaub.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And she said, "Can you send this to Lee and Greg?" And I said, "Absolutely." Right? She's creative. She can draw. She can come up with these crazy things like that. I think it's super cool. I think it's wonderful. My wife, she's a quilter. She's into pouring resin and molds and all that kind of stuff. She sews. She does all kinds of stuff like that. Super talented with that stuff. For me, I didn't have anything. My wife would go crazy because she'd always have something to do, and I'd be sitting there and I'm like, I don't have any hobbies like that. So finding this was like my creative outlet. It was her version of sewing, her version of her crafts, right? This is my craft. The only difference was that when I latched onto it, I took it one step further and grabbed Chris and said, we got to make a business out of this.
Well, what's very different too is that it's strange because both of you have this desire to create and to do something. At the same time, you both work very analytical careers. And typically, you don't see a lot of creativity from an analytical, from somebody who spends all their time doing analytical work. And so that was really, it's very interesting that both of you found each other and you both have that, I'll call it a quirk, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's
No,
like
I
that,
get what you're saying.
it's tough to balance those things.
Yeah, Tristan, I get it, man. Uh, it is absolutely creative outlet, and it's a blast. And you know what? You never know what happens. You're going to create something, and all of a sudden, it's just going to tell you you have to make it. Like you have to do it. Um,
Yep, that's
Donnie, if I don't make stuff, I'll
yeah.
probably die. Dude, like I get it, man. I seriously, I go crazy when I am not in here and I live in these four walls. Like this office, I have a pretty big house, and I quite literally lock myself in this room most of the day. I come out to like eat dinner and hang out with my family for a couple hours, and other than that, that's it. I work in this office. I do everything in this room. So um, I definitely get it. So
Yeah, and then I really respect like what Laser Ghost Knives and Burning Stables Forge does, because they're taking that, in my mind, one step further, right? And it's just like, all right, I've got this design, this idea, this passion. Now, let me go outside in the garage and make it. And I think that's so cool.
that is the most Donnie thing I think I've ever heard. I think I've ever seen in my chats yet. Donnie,
Yeah,
that is perfect.
that's fantastic.
Um, yeah, Lance, that's exactly right. I used to be a musician. I haven't played in a long time, but I used to be a musician, and that was my creative outlet. Was writing music, was playing music, and then I stopped and just I don't know. I'd lost the love, not lost the love for music, lost the love of playing music, and um, I still have a couple of guitars, I still have a couple of basses, but I just don't play them. I mean, they literally just collect dust. And um,
Sam's Sam's now the songbird of our generation.
yeah, I don't know about that. I'm absolutely no songbird anymore. But
He's he's got a he's got a voice somewhere between Jesus and Fergie.
la, Clayton, I played guitar, I played bass, and I haven't played in quite a long time. I haven't played in a really, really long time. I've lived in Indiana for 7 years. I haven't played since I've moved here. So, I mean, it's been a long time for sure. John, what's going on, man? Good evening. Yeah, it's still evening. I was about to say good morning. Uh, thank you for
Close.
coming in and hanging out, man. Appreciate you popping in here for us.
Okay.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Want to go
Go,
in the garage and do karate?
yep.
Yep.
Check out Gunmetal James. Yeah, he said he's playing the bass and lurking right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm
we
looking.
we we could probably make a really good band just out of the people in the lives.
Right on. There you go. Yeah, I bet we could. I bet we could.
Uh,
And
I wouldn't have seen I wouldn't have seen that coming. Check out Laser Ghost Knives 1139.
I played saxophone for a long time. That and any wind instrument. Now couldn't couldn't do shiz. Um,
I,
yeah, I didn't take you for a saxophone player. But that is pretty cool. That is
I
pretty
could
cool.
have absolutely pictured you on an electric guitar or bass or something like that. Not blowing a clarinet.
Just blowing through like the winds on the Illinois prairie tonight. If you're named your next blade, that tornado, I'll take it storm chasing. I
Mm.
can't name it the tornado, man. Casey Spearon already named the Tempest Tornado the tornado. I can't name that. That's his gig, man. But I do appreciate it, and you could still take one of our knives storm chasing. As a matter of fact, the Grakkis is corrosion resistant, so you won't have to worry too much about rust from it. So this would probably be a really good one for storm chasing, actually.
Yeah, and Greg, glad to hear you're safe. I heard that there was a pretty cool tornado that struck down in Illinois someplace just before we got on tonight. So
Yeah, the storms out in the Midwest right now are pretty crazy. I heard Greencastle or something last night got one, so there's some pretty bad storms, and I keep looking because there's flashes are going on around my windows right now. So I'm just hoping that I keep power. That's where I'm at right now with that. So I used to play all kinds of instruments: acoustic guitar, violin, baritone, horn, trumpet, procession, but the last 4 or 5 years fell out of love with playing. I understand. Man, this guy's like the artist formerly known as Prince. He plays like 272 instruments. That's pretty cool.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Jazz flute, anyone? Jake, did you play jazz flute? My daughter plays flute. My daughter played jazz flute and marching band and symphony. So she actually played first chair flute last year. She's big into that stuff. So very, very cool. Um, I've tried teaching guitar. I've tried self-teaching guitar, but I struggle. Might try to get classes one day or learn drums. I started off on drums in 4th grade and I hated it. Not because I didn't understand it, but because I didn't want to play like one drum. And I understand now, years later, what they were doing, like why they were teaching you on one drum. Like they give you a snare drum and they teach you how to do that, how to hold the beat, how to read music, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to like go from there to like, I wanted to be like Neil Peart. I wanted to be behind the drum set, and I wasn't thinking. So I get it for sure. So, Chris, I know we wanted to talk about calling this an early night, and we've already gone almost 3 hours. So, I did want to reiterate and wrap things up, kind of go full circle on this thing. And, one is if you got in here since the last time I've said it, if you could hit the like button on the video, we certainly appreciate that. Definitely helps the channel out. So make sure you smash that like button before we go tonight. We truly do thank you for that. We are 2 hours and 17 minutes away. I'm sorry, 2 hours, 2 days and 17 minutes away from the Grakkis pre-orders closing. So make sure that if you all have not gotten one and you want one, head over to wyvernkodiak.com, get your pre-order in. Prices go up after that. They won't be available for a few months because production will be happening. We'll have some production drops when they come in, but there's not going to be a lot available. I'm telling you that right now, that we will not have tons and tons available. There's going to be a very limited run. And I do not anticipate doing a second run on these before running through a whole bunch of other designs first. We may circle back to the Grakkis down the road, but if you're interested in the Grakkis, my suggestion is that you pre-order it at a discount and get it in before you are out of luck. So I won't hammer you too much more with that, but I just want to let you all know, truthfully, that's where we're at with it right now. You all have been absolutely fantastic and amazing. Okay, it's getting to be my bedtime. You guys have a great night. Kelly, thank you for coming in and
Hi,
hanging out.
Kelly.
We really appreciate you. You're awesome. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Volt, thank you for dropping that in there. We truly appreciate you putting that out there.
Thank you,
The
sir.
the QR code that's right there will bring you to wyvernkodiak.com as well. So if you want to get to our website, head over to that and go over there. That's where you can get the Wyvern Kodiak Grakkis. Everything is still there. But we are wrapping this up 2 days. That's it. 2 days, and I'm shutting it down. So if you are interested, now's the time to act, because it is definitely going to it's going to be very limited once production run actually arrives. So, and it's going to go up in price. So, again, I want everybody here to at least have a chance at it at a fair, well, I think it's still going to be a fair price, but at a discounted price is that. On the Edge. Good night, all, and thank you so much for your support. On the Edge, glad things are looking up for you, brother. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out for a little while. And have a great night. I will be in touch in a few days, man. I want to talk to you about those stickers, by the way. So no rush, though. I mean, we have months before they need to be fulfilled or anything. So, but I do want to talk to you about that. So appreciate you. Have a great night, my friend, and we'll catch you soon. So with that, I would just say that thank you again for everybody who did get in on the pre-order, that did want to get in on the pre-order, tried to get in on the pre-order, even if you didn't and you wanted to. We do appreciate it. I do understand that financially not everybody can always do things like that, and Chris and I completely understand. And hopefully in a few months when these arrive, that they are that maybe you'll be in a different position and get your hands on one at that point. And we might even have a few tricks up our sleeves when the drops come. You never know. Chris and I are sneaky like that. So we might just have a couple of special edition ones that might be available. Maybe.
Sneaky.
Hint, hint.
With cat-like reflexes.
Neither one of us have cat-like reflexes. Okay, I pulled a muscle tying shoes this morning. There's nothing cat-like reflex about me, man. Headed to bed all. Have a wonderful night, an even better day tomorrow and week. DSKFS. Rebel Rouser, have a good night, brother. Good to see you. Appreciate you as always, my friend. We'll catch you soon, man. Good night, all. Glad Kelly got me a pre-order. Yes, Brian, I'm glad that she pulled the trigger and got that for you too. Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear from you all, and I want to know what you all think about it when it gets in your hands, because I think everybody's going to be really, really excited. And I'm going to create a page on our YouTube, on our website, not on our YouTube. Sam's tired, and it's going to be like, a customer page, fan page type of thing. So it's going to be really, really awesome to do some pictures of like people that put in like pictures of their Grakkis, pictures with their shirts on, stuff like that. I want to make like a big page of people that from the community in there. So I think it'll be really cool. Should have Darkwater do some special anno on some. So he's going to be gone for a while, man. I won't be able to get him to do it. I would love to, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Maybe on the next one, though. That's a possibility. Chris and I are talking about doing some special edition ones, though. I think you'll all be happy with what we're going to come up with. We're crafty like that.
Yep. And good night, Bolt. I see he's leaving too. Yep.
Good night, Bolt. Have a good night. Appreciate you coming in, man. Get back to work. Appreciate you.
We're dropping like flies here. We're down to about 20. So time to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's time to say goodbye. So with that, once again, thank you all so much for coming out tonight, hanging out with us. We love you all. Really, really, truly appreciate it. And as Chris always says,
Sam and I truly enjoy walking out live with you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. 48 hours. So make sure that if you want a Grakkis, you pre-order it now. We love you all, and you all have a great